It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Jeez.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Steers on the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star like another city, the driver's side fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Good morning, everybody. Woo. And welcome on in. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Monday. Lots to recap from a busy weekend in sports and shenanigans. Hello, Leroy.
I had an out-of-body experience yesterday.
Whoa, but what was going on with you on Twitter? Did you, Marcos, did you see what Leroy was going through on Twitter?
I did not. What happened?
Oh, my God. Dude.
So here's what happened. So I got done with golf at like 10:30, right? I'm like, cool. Went home, took a shower, did some stuff. 12:30, I got my thermos filled with beverage. I got me some snacks. It's like 1 o'clock. I'm going to sit down for the kickoff. I wait like 10 minutes. I go to sit down. The second I sit down, pick six. I'm like, are you bleeping kidding me?
It's a rough way to stop the football.
Browns, Ravens, let's go. Right?
Big game.
And I'm like, holy smokes, they haven't even gotten the ball yet. We don't even know if we can stop Lamar Jackson, and they're up 7-0.
Yep, that's tough.
It gets worse.
Yep.
And Deshaun Watson at one point was like 2 of 10 for 12 yards or something like that. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Well, it's funny because I have you on notifications for Twitter just simply because you barely tweet. So I'm always just curious. Oh, when does Leroy actually hit Twitter? And I was like, oh, seems like somebody's starting to turn on Deshaun Watson.
I wasn't turning, though.
It seemed like you were. I'm not saying you were. I'm just saying in the time when the tweets were going, because the tweets were flying yesterday for you.
Here's what I would say. And here's when I know that I was watching the game as a fan instead of my normal self. That was a great defensive play. The guy bats the ball, catches it, and goes for a touch. A great defensive play. Right?
Yep.
But I didn't even acknowledge it. And that's not like me.
You're not rational.
Right. I wasn't being rational. Like, you can have something bad happen to your team because those guys are pros too and getting paid a lot of money.
Yep.
And that guy had a great defensive play. I wasn't having it. No. I can't start the game off like this. So now I'm watching the game not like myself, but I'm watching this game like Tobin. But I can't stop. I can't stop. Then we go into the game, receivers open. He catches the ball on the white. Give him a chance, for the field of play is 50 yards wide, and you throw it to the paint.
It was such a great thing. But that when you referred to him by his number, I was like, oh, Leroy really wants to rip him, but he's trying to be incognito by putting his number. Like, we don't know who number 4 for the Browns is.
Right.
Like, why don't you just call out his bumness by name? But I see this tweet, and I was like, I was at my son's flag football game at the time, which, by the way, he was going up basically against 7-year-old flag football Deshaun Watson, because I had never seen 2 pick sixes in a flag football game. It was funny. I was there with my uncle and my grandfather, and he goes, because it's like fumble, dead ball in flag football. He's like, what happens to interception? I'm like, I said, I think it's dead ball too. I don't know if you're allowed to return it. And sure as bleep, next pass, picked off by the Seahawks. They take it to the house. I'm like, I guess we have our answer. First time I've seen it all season. And then next possession,
you're relying on two people that could catch, the defender and the offensive guy.
Oh man, let me tell you something. The flag football Seahawks, they have turned it around since the opening drubbing of the season. They have been like the I don't know, like they've been
Cincinnati
very
Bengals.
Yeah, they've been the turn. Well, not yesterday, but they have turned this season around and they have dominated the last 3 weeks.
Right. I mean, so.
But anyway, so I'm watching you. So as I'm watching flag football, I'm seeing these tweets pop up, and I look at the stats at the time for Deshaun Watson, and he was like, I think 6 for 20 for like 80 yards. I was like,
right.
Jesus. So I thought you guys had no shot.
Right. But here's the kicker. The defense was playing so good. They were playing so, and then so in the second half, I'm like, look, all you need to do is get a score or something, and you right back in it because defense locking down Deshaun Watson and the Ravens, locking them down, right? Yep. They score, right? Then the Ravens score. Now it's 24-17.
Yep.
Right? And still I'm thinking, all right, defense holds them, they punt. I'm like, uh-oh, we on the – and I'll be damned if I didn't yell DPJ and it
OBJ?
Wasn't him. Donovan Peoples-Jones, who wore 11, but it was a new 11 because he got traded.
I thought you were talking about OBJ.
No.
Oh. Because OBJ, they got a touchdown. Didn't he give the cheetah deuces?
Yes. He scored.
Get out of here.
So then they, I don't think they scored that time, right? But then OBJ scores. Now it's
31-17.
17.
Yep.
In the fourth quarter.
Thought it was over.
Right. But the Browns go down the field and score.
Yep.
I'm all right. Still got time. 8 minutes left. Deshaun Watson throws a pick six.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Pick six. Should have tied it.
Hold on. The kicker misses the extra point.
I saw it.
Now it's 30-31.
Yep.
I'm like, I can't do this. What? Why? Right? So, watching the game, watching it. They force a punt, right? And Deshaun Watson drives down the field.
Yep.
And they kick a field goal and win.
I thought the guy was going to miss it. I was like, this guy's not going to be able to go back to Cleveland. You miss an extra point and a game winner against the Ravens. You might as well just cut him now.
And he made it. And I'm like, I am done with football for the day.
You didn't watch anything late?
No, nothing.
Yeah, I don't think you missed much.
I didn't watch nothing.
Actually, there were some good games. Kyler Murray came back. Kyler Murray's return. They had a thrilling win. You had Man Campbell with the Stones going for it on 4th and 2 to drain the clock, and set up his team. So he wins the showdown against Justin Herbert. I think Lions are 7-2 now.
Yep.
And then last night the Raiders win their second straight against Antonio Pierce, beat the Jets. Zach Wilson sucks. What else is new? But not as bad as Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Did you see the tight end run into the corner of the end zone wide open and he didn't even reach the end zone?
Terrible.
It was terrible.
And then Bill O'Brien's lighting his ass up on the sidelines. It was great.
Which you never see. You never see a coach light up a quarterback.
Then Bailey Zappi's in there. He's trying to do his best Dan Marino with the fake spike.
And still throws a pick.
You can't pick.
Wait, you can't have trickeration and throw a pick.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
So, yeah, that was your day as a fan yesterday. You didn't want to know about my day as a fan because my day as a fan, old Toes was toasty watching the Heat game last night.
I did watch a little bit of that.
I watched the Heat game last night, and we just throwing back. I was throwing back some drinky poos, and I don't know why, but like the Heat got down 19. Second night of a back-to-back. I'm like, all right, not gonna be too bummed if they can't pull this out.
let's not forget about the extraterrestrial that was just swatting everything.
Well, do you mean Duncan Robinson's son, Victor Wembanyama? Because Duncan Robinson,
night dunks.
Let me just tell you something. The Miami Heat put on two of the most breathtaking basketball maneuvers over the last 48 hours between what Jaime-Jaquez Jr. did to Bogdan Bogdanovic. He snatched that man's. He should retire. He should retire after what Jaime did to him, because it was breathtaking. He puts the brakes on him and hits a three right as Bogey's looking up. The Miami Heat take that footage and turn Bogdan Bogdanovic into a surfer, a skateboarder. I think at one point he was like walking dogs. Like they gave him all. They memed the hell out of this man. It was like the Simpsons gif. Stop. He's already dead. Poor Bogey. I mean, listen, Jaime, you're going to need to take Nico if you ever want to go to Serbia, dude. I don't think you're going to be allowed in after what you did to that man. That was tough. But then what Duncan Robinson did to this so-called phenom, Victor Wembanyama, I mean, put the brakes, little hezzy, boop, right past that extraterrestrial. Didn't even know what hit him, except here's what happened. Duncan Robinson just stuffed you in a locker because you didn't know that bag was that deep.
Well,
Dunks.
Here's the funny thing about that. And we all, and I won't say me, but a lot of people owe him an apology, because what were we saying last week? We don't want you ain't here to see what's in your bag. Shoot the three. But after second thoughts, do you?
Oh,
you open up all your tricks. Because he is all over the place. I mean, he's taking guys off the dribble, back cuts.
Yep.
The guy is moving around like nobody's business. He's active. He don't foul as much. Maybe he's starting to get some respect.
Oh, dude, he was getting. You remember what Eric Reed, the great Eric Reed, did to Blake Griffin a couple of years back, where he's just toasting him. Apparently, this Hawks broadcast was doing this to Duncan Robinson all game. And Dominique Wilkins was like, he can't defend. They're just cooking the poor man.
Really?
And, they were killing Duncan Robinson all night. The whole night. But you want to know something? You can say whatever you want. You could sit here and you could make your little proclamations. That man is a dog, Duncan Robinson.
Yep.
And he's been through it. He's been to the lowest of lows. He's had his job taken away, and he is playing with such savvy right now. Intangibles.
Yes.
But you don't even know how to handle it. So Victor Wembanyama, I want to officially welcome you to the NBA and know forever that your moment was delivered by the Dunkyard Dog.
By an intangible.
Killed you last night. Now, you'll only see on SportsCenter, you'll only see that stupid dunk that he had from the three-point line. But trust me when I tell you, don't leave today without knowing that man, his soul was snatched by Duncan Robinson, as was Bogdan Bogdanovic from Jaime-Jaquez Jr.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
I was out.
But anyway, I was really drunk during the Heat game last night. I mean, I was firing up. I was firing.
Dade South said hadn't noticed.
Yeah, dude, I was
Okay.
I was firing off the tweets last night. I don't even know what I said. I was incoherent. At one point, I just put up a tweet.
Wow.
That's just crazy, Tobin.
What
I
was
had nothing to drink. Nothing.
Dude, opposite.
Right.
I have a tweet yesterday. I don't even know what it means. It just says the bums won't talk about it. I think I'm referring to the national media and the pseudo experts, as Tony Fiorentino dubs them. But I just tweeted out last night, the bums won't talk about it. Like, what does that mean?
You looking at your own tweet, you don't know what it means.
I don't remember.
What was it? Moonshine, Tito's, beer? What was the occasion?
Whiskey shots.
Whiskey.
Wait. Just whiskey shots?
Whiskey shots, dude.
Oh my goodness. And I know you. So every
That
time
was a
something,
thing.
when they got down 19, you were machine gun.
I tweeted out last night, Everyone shut the F up. Thou shalt not doubt Pat Riley. And actually, what I tweeted out was, thou shalt not Pat Riley.
Oh my goodness.
That's not a sentence.
What is that?
I just English. I simply tweeted out last night, we have enough. I put out a tweet that said, Wemby hurt that old man. Kick him out. I don't even remember what he did. Tweeted out last night, in a lot of ways, Kevin Love is like a bra.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
You guys both had interesting experiences on social media yesterday.
It's not. Listen, it's not normally like me because I'm just looking. I didn't realize I text that much.
Then
listen, here you go. I'll go through mine.
Hold on. I got one more for you. It's somebody named Brother Bubs tweeted at me, and he says, I'm thankful we didn't trade Triple J for Lillard. Triple J is a heat lifer. To which I commented and said, dodged a bullet, hashtag Jaim-Time.
Oh my goodness.
Jaim-Time is good, dude. Wow. I should take more shots.
So my day started at 1:05 or maybe 1:10. That was awful.
Yep.
And followed up with, come on, offense. This defense is keeping the Browns in this game. Football field is 50 yards wide. Give him a chance for.
Yep.
In years past, this game would have been over in the first half. Damn it, fumble. He fumbled the punt right when I said that.
Yeah.
So you think
you got to be careful. You got to be careful not to jinx yourself.
Then I followed up with, how do you fans do it? I'm a wreck watching these Browns. I might need therapy because there's nothing I can do except yell at the TV. You have got to be kidding me.
What was that for?
I think it was the extra point.
Oh.
And then somebody hit me up with something, and I said, I was 3-13 my rookie year. Why am I more miserable now watching football? Then followed by, dear Browns, I can't quit you. Then, after contemplating my fandom, I realized that my hometown team, the Saints, never had a winning record until I went to college. So I've been training for this basically my whole life. I got to stop. Mad tweeting is not very becoming. You know what? F it. I'm a fan now. Let's go. Got a chance.
Do you think there's someone in Cleveland that waits for Leroy's tweets the same way we wait for Larry's?
There's more.
It was most active. Give us some more. We got to take a break. You can recap it on the other side. It's a lot of Browns talk for the opening segment. Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. You don't like Jaim-Time?
No.
Why not?
Nah, dude. I saw that too, and I was
Jaim-Time? That's spot on.
man.
You guys are missing it, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Josh says it right though. Bam's acting different this season. Let me tell you something, man. This is another. I think this is what I meant with the bums, because I don't know what I was talking about last night. Toasty on Twitter. Hashtag Tobes Toasty on Twitter. I don't know what I was talking about, but what I think I was talking about, this Bam Adebayo, how he's playing this year, he is different. He is, first of all, a moose and a demon. He's bullying everybody. But the jump shots that he was feeding Clint Capella, I mean, whoo! That man is confident right now. And that was a game, by the way, didn't mention this. I'll get back into football because obviously it's a football Monday. But, dude, I mean, he goes out there. No Jimmy. Jimmy missed the game against the Hawks. Doesn't matter. He's like, I will take you on my back, and we will carry forth victory. That's Bam right now. He is playing like an absolute menace. I feel so bad for Emory Williams, dude. I mean, that kid. Let me just say
this.
Let me.
No, you wanted this.
What do you mean? Well, no. I did want this, and let me just tell you something. That kid, forever a legend in my eyes. Forever. He stretches out for that first down, gets the yardage, and in the same play breaks his arm, and that's guts, dude. Marcos, reach out for first down, breaking your arm. That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's
tough.
That
tough.
was tough.
But like immediately, I was like, oh, you knew immediately something bad happened because he was in a lot of pain. But I don't even know, like, dude, I thought second half, he was like very cute. I was like, first half, cute story. They obviously got screwed out of that safety. That was complete.
Oh my God.
Complete bull bleep, dude. In a rivalry game, can we get some things right? I know the ACC referees are butt cheeks, but like, let's go out here, dude.
Yeah,
Let's go out here and let's get some things right. And I've watched that replay 20 times.
Can I just tell you this? You don't have to watch the replay. You know it was a damn safety.
It was a
you
safety.
You keep watching it to try to find reasons to make the officials right. The fact of the matter is they weren't.
Dude, it was
and replay.
It was
and replay, and they still didn't know.
Such crap. It was such crap, and I don't know, man. That was heartbreaking to see. And then I thought, all right, that was cute, nice story. First half, nothing's happening. I mean, they can't get anything going. And this effing kid, this Emory Williams, you know what he's got, dude?
Stones.
Got a little stones. Got some moxie because he throws that touchdown pass, and I'm like, first of all, how the hell did it get perfectly right there? I mean, delivered a strike. And we hadn't seen that. It was just rudderless, the offense.
Yep.
And he delivers that shot and brings the Canes to within a score. I was like, oh, maybe some magic's going to happen. And then he reaches out, gets that first down. What was that on, Marcos? Like the 20? I mean, they were dead in the water.
Yeah, for sure.
He gets that fourth down and just is writhing in pain. And who do they have to go with? Tyler Van Dyke. And we're all just sitting here being like,
There's a couple of fan bases that know what's coming.
We knew,
because Derek Carr got hurt and Jameis Winston came in, and I got a text from my dad. Here comes the pick machine. And I'll be damned if he didn't go in there and throw a pick.
Can you go down with an incompletion? Can you just overthrow everybody? Nope. Just for good measure. Pick.
Right.
And there's no there's no more victories in a rivalry game. It sucks.
And nobody cares about the point spread, and nobody cares about any of that. You just want to get the win, and it could have been a hell of a story. Especially for a kid that hasn't played in that environment.
No.
It seemed like as the game was going on, he was building confidence and
Yeah.
getting comfortable. And to have that happen, and then as you start feeling good about that quarterback, you realize that now the quarterback that you haven't been feeling so good about has to come back into the game, right? But and then, they said it well, on TV that, listen, he's shown he could play. Maybe that's what he needed to come in there, and by the time they got it out, pick.
Oh, yeah. He just knew. I was just all right. And so, like, Mario, look, he made the right decision. I know it wasn't an easy decision. We talked about
I don't think I would have did it.
It's not an easy decision what he pulled, but the thing that's crazy about it though, dude, is he gets here, like Mario Cristobal gets here, and we all think, oh, he got here, QB position is set, and now it feels very much like, oh, they're a QB away. That's the thing that's crazy about it, because the talent feels like it's there now, especially in the trenches.
We make some terrible assumptions.
Yeah.
Right? Like we took, here, let's think of it this way. We took a team that was 5-7, right? And we said, the one sure thing we have is quarterback. And I'm thinking, but they were 5-7. And you immediately give him 1,000 excuses as to why it wasn't him. And then as this year plays out and he's playing poorly, then you do the direct opposite. Everything else is set. We just need a quarterback. And sometimes you got to just let these things play out, because you don't know how good your team is until they're facing formidable opponents, until they're in those tight squeezes, until they're in those situations where, okay, we need our guy to make a play.
Yeah.
And how often has that happened? Because they haven't been that good. And it's not a knock on TVD. It's just the reality of, we really didn't know, because the team wasn't put into that pressure cooker like they have been this year, because the whole team as a whole is better. You see what I'm saying? And so, I would always caution with kids who are 20 years old, be careful before you. I mean, look at Caleb Williams. All right. They say he could be the first pick. His team is terrible. They can't stop nobody.
Yeah.
So how does that make him look? So you like, it's a tough thing to evaluate whether a player is good when your team's not doing well, simply because when has he played those meaningful moments?
He hasn't.
Right.
Yeah, he has.
That's the thing that we just overlooked, because everybody crowned him, right? Hell, before this season, they were talking about him being the first round pick. They do that every year too. Mario
said one of the reasons he took the job was because of the kid. Yeah, I'm sure the 80 million was the bigger reason, but he did. This was a guy, when they brought in, Josh Gaddis and all those guys, they thought, oh, we don't have to worry about him. He's good. Right. We know this.
And we have gone out of our way to blame everything else in every other situation.
Yeah.
Other than him, because we already crowned him.
Right.
And I'm like, some of these things you got to let, you say, okay, we got a quarterback. Let's see how it plays out when the team gets better. Yep. Right. And you just have to do that. I know it's a tough thing to do, because you know what? Very rarely, right? And if you look at quarterbacking, how often does a great quarterback come from a bad college school? It happens. Not rarely. I mean, who was it? Was it it was the year of Wentz and
Goff?
And Goff.
Yeah.
And I think, or was it Josh Allen was like the 7th best quarterback in his division?
Well, not surprisingly, even at Wyoming, like, he turned the ball over like crazy.
Right. So like we choose to look at aspects of a player or a team that we want to, instead of just evaluating it for what it is. It ain't going to change. Like, if you're just honest about what the situation is, the thing is that, yeah, TVD was great against Bethune-Cookman. And TVD was great against, those 3 cupcakes you play in the beginning of the year, and you never even had to play the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
I mean, you thought Texas A&M was going to be an impressive win for him, but then
Oh, by the way,
oh,
hey.
Jimbo.
Hey, let's tip our 40. We got our first
see a little, see a lot. See nothing, 76 million, you're fired.
Yep. Man, wow.
Woo.
That, how hard that must have been?
Oh, they got to find some cause, dude.
Yeah, but guess what? That's one of the richest universities in the country. So
yeah.
So when they say, look here, they sat in that room and say, anybody want to write? I got this. He got to go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
You don't know what oil tycoon has to do it, but you know that you just got to get him emotional on that day.
Right. Isn't that where it did? Jerry Jones go there? Did Jerry Jones go to Arkansas? Sorry, Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah, he went to Arkansas.
So yeah, it's a tough thing. As fans, you want your team to do well, and it's hard to just evaluate situations sometimes for what they are. And I get that. I understand that 100%. But the way we, and I'll say we all, because the way we were crowning TVD was unfair to him and unfair to that team, because there hadn't been any pressure cooker moments yet. It hadn't been.
No, I mean, like at the point where he was at his best, everybody was already rats off a ship on Manny Diaz. They go on a great run with Rhett Lashley. Rhett Lashley's got a fun offense. He puts up some big numbers, and it just now it seems like fool's gold.
Right. But it's
I'm not saying there's other reasons. Like I do think he got very banged up last year. That line sucked last year.
And it's hard to say if he's still hurt.
Hard to say if he's hurt. Hard to say if that mentally shook him.
Here's what I would say, and I said this last week. TVD isn't playing bad because of his ability to play quarterback. He's been playing bad because of his decision making. He's not making good decisions. So when you have that situation, how good a quarterback is doesn't matter. He's making bad decisions.
We'll take a quick break here on the show, streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Back after this.
The Canes could not pull off
keep my cool, but
You'll have to excuse me because during the break, they released, or I just saw Miami Dolphins Hard Knocks trailer.
Oh yes.
So they started it last week filming?
All right.
No, they started filming last week, and let me just tell you something, dude. It's goosies galore. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
This is the greatest thing. I am so happy they are on Hard Knocks.
Galore.
I mean, wow, that music. Oh,
Here's the other problem.
Goosies.
They start filming last week and they lost.
huh? That what?
Or they started on the bye week, you say?
I think they started after
Okay.
they lost.
Okay. My bad.
They started after they lost.
I'm mentally, I'm still messed up, dude. I still can't believe I went there. I can't.
To Fanland?
Oh my goodness.
Fanland, dude.
It was brutal. Like, and then here's the worst part. See, if I'm watching the game with you and Marcos and JFig, we can all kind of understand one another. Try watching a game and people who could give a rat's ass about football coming in and asking you what happened. It just makes it worse.
That's brutal.
It's
I've been there.
brutal. It's
I've been there.
brutal. And or Mima will come sit next to me and say, "Are the Browns winning?"
Doesn't look at the score.
No, she wants updates. So I have to relive it to somebody who really doesn't care.
Oh, she's trying to be nice,
I know. I know.
but it is annoying. Just to be clear, it is annoying.
It's very.
You know what else is annoying?
What?
Marcus's record right now in the picks.
Hey.
Yeah.
Not
Not worried.
You're not worried?
Nope.
You should be.
So
This is really interesting. You know what you guys are doing? You know how sometimes when it's the fourth quarter, people put up the 4. You know, you got to put up the fourth quarter.
well, you can't even put up the 4. You don't have 4 wins.
No, it doesn't matter.
What do
It's
you do?
the
What do you do? Put up a web tanned?
Yeah.
right now it's the second quarter. You guys are like, yeah, second quarter, baby. We got this.
Do you
That's all
really-
right. But Marcos, you understand that you're at 1-5, and I'm at 5-1.
He's at 1-4. He's got the Bills tonight. Who have
The
to
Bills
win
are going to come. I mean, Denver.
who have to win by a touchdown.
It's Denver, guys. As long as, you know,
It's
the Bills don't bill.
It's the Bills, though. Like, you really trust the Bills?
Come back. They lost last week. Can't lose 2 weeks in a row.
Why not?
They definitely can. But not against Denver, though.
Before the season, I questioned whether they even make the playoffs. Remember that.
We'll see.
Yeah. Look, man, you know what they say? You're not last, you're first. So I'm not
would
with
say
you guys. I've heard that before.
It only listen. There's only one last that matters.
Yep, exactly.
And right now, I have a substantial lead on last.
You definitely do. You do
So
have a
that's
substantial
all
lead.
I need. See, all I care about is with you guys. I didn't say I would always pick the most games.
Yep.
I just said I would never be in last.
All you have to do is don't lose. That's all you have to do.
I'm not worried. 6-0. Here I come.
We do have some
No,
news,
based
by
on
the
what?
way.
What?
Exactly.
We have some news. The Miami Dolphins officially opening up the 21-day practice window for De'Von Achane. And according to Adam Schefter, he could play this weekend against the Raiders.
Great.
Yes.
Now let me ask you this, because I don't understand the 21 days. If he doesn't play within the 21 days, then he has to go on IR for the year.
I think so. I think that's how it
Okay.
works.
But I think that's how it goes. But I'm confused because you understand that he's been working and doing some practicing or whatever before this. So it's not like, okay, now the window opens and now he starts practicing. He's been doing work before that.
Yeah. I mean, well, listen, the media can only watch the first, I think, 20 minutes of practice anyway. They basically get to watch stretching and catching a couple jugs balls, you know?
Right.
It's not like training camp. So I don't know. Like, we don't know what he's been doing, but this is like the official.
But, you know,
he'll
I'm
be
just
out
telling
there
you
with everybody.
from an injury perspective, you don't just sit around and then the 21-day window opens and then you start practicing or whatever. The 21-day period opens and then you start practicing with the team. But before you get to that point, you know, you have to get to a level with your rehab to get to that point. And that's what I'm saying. So when they say, oh, the 21-day window is open, he's pretty close to being able to play.
They've done these 21. I think the only person who I think took an extra week was, well, Ramsey did. Ramsey did 2 weeks. Ramsey did a week of scout team, and then he was ramped up the next week, and he was good to go. Armstead, as soon as his window opened, he was ready to go. Right. So you don't, but I would imagine they've been, you know, the signs have been in a good place for him. And right. So you, if they get him back for the Raiders game, and the Raiders got a couple wins in a row with Antonio Pierce.
They're pretty good defensively. So that's something you have to, and they run the hell out of the ball, and they have a stud at wide receiver. So even though they're I mean, what are they? They 500 right now, right?
I think they're 5-4 now.
5-4. So they're not garbage. They've just had some situations.
Well, listen, I think they got rid of the most garbage on that team, which was their coach. Their coach sucks.
And Garoppolo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, which is crazy.
And
right?
then you got to watch out for the Irish wonder, Aiden O'Connell.
Oh my goodness.
What they call him? I've never heard that.
It's Aiden O'Connell dropping back for the Raiders.
You know, with your attitude, you can never leave the country. You get all of us killed.
What?
Really? You had the Struts curse at us in the middle of a poker room.
Fair point.
So yeah.
Oh, man.
So that, I mean, yeah, it was it's going to be interesting to see, because unlike you guys, I don't make the assumptions that you're going to make going into this week about the Raiders. They got a decent football team.
Yeah, they got decent. I mean, they have played two really bad football teams to get these 2 wins. They beat the Giants and the Jets. Like,
I mean, and what are they saying about the Dolphins?
And what?
But that's my point. Everybody's saying the same thing about the Dolphins.
Not really, though. Like what they're saying about the Dolphins. Oh no, what they've said about the Dolphins is they can't beat the good teams. Like, nobody's talking.
Which means they've been beating up all the same teams that you just complained about.
But the Raiders have been losing to everybody. Like, they had a losing record before these last 2 games.
Okay.
Like, the Dolphins have one of the better records in the league.
Yes. But
I mean,
the conversation is the same that you're saying about the Raiders.
It's not, though.
What, saying they beat up on 2 very terrible teams?
Dude, they have Aiden O'Connell at quarterback.
I understand that, but what portion of what I just said isn't accurate? You just said the same thing about the Raiders that the national media has been saying about the Dolphins all year.
I'm just saying, like, slow the roll on the Raiders are this dangerous storm. They just Leroy. They just fired their coach.
I'm not saying that they're dangerous. What I am saying is you can't go in there half-assing and assuming that it's a win because they have confidence. I don't think care who they beat.
I don't think
they got a pretty good defense.
Max Crosby's a monster. You know, it's he's a terror that they got to go after for sure.
Yes.
But I don't think you can't look at these 2 teams and be like, oh, that's the same. It's not the same.
No. I didn't say that.
Yeah, kind of.
I said that what you just said about the Raiders is what the media has been saying about the Dolphins all year. They only beat up on bad teams. So the Dolphins are better. Let me get that out there before you misconfuse what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Okay, but the fact that you just said oh, look who they played for the first 2 games, when that's been the whole narrative behind this your
Now,
team all year.
what I said is that they fired their coach, and
Yep.
it looks like they've gotten things right. But keep in mind, the teams they've beaten are the Giants and the Jets. Like, we don't know if they're all the way back. The Dolphins, more of the criticism is they can't beat the good teams. It's not really so much of they're beating up on the bad teams. It's they can't they cannot beat a good team. Now, I
Isn't
don't
that
know.
the same thing. You just took the other side and said they can't, by saying they can't beat any good teams, they just beat bad teams. It's the same thing.
Only if you're not only if you're Peter Pan. I mean, we're arguing 2 opposite points here.
No, we're not.
You're saying that the Raiders only beat bad teams. I'm saying the Dolphins can't beat good teams. It's not the same.
I responded to what you said.
That's not what I said.
You said
You're the one who said it was the same.
Hold on, Marcos. Correct me if I'm wrong. This man just said
You gotta trust his
they won the
football
last
opinion.
2 games, but let's not get carried away. They beat 2 terrible teams. Is that not what you said?
That is exactly what Crop Top
That's not
Toad
what I
said.
said.
That
That's
is-
what I said.
oh my
That's not what I
goodness,
said.
Tobin.
What he said.
I said the Raiders got rid of their biggest problem, the coach.
Hmm.
But keep in mind, they've beaten the Jets and the Giants.
And
They were under 500. The Dolphins, they were 6-2 before losing to the Chiefs. Like, it's not the same. If you think it's the same, it's because you're not a grown-up. And it's like arguing with Peter Pan.
No, wait. You do realize
Grow up, Peter Pan.
that the Dolphins
Hmm?
and the Raiders are only 1 game apart.
They're not.
What's the Raiders record?
5-4.
What's the Dolphins record?
6-3.
Is that not 1 game apart?
It's a gulf, dude.
So you're impossible, dude.
You're impossible. Like, you don't want to show up to work today. You just want to throw things in the air like
I'm not
confetti.
throwing anything in the air.
Be a
Look,
grown-up.
every Monday we come in here
Mhm.
and Tobin goes off on the national media by saying, oh, they said we haven't beat anybody. And I say the record speaks for itself,
Right.
right? I'm not going to lie.
I didn't say the Raiders
that
haven't
about
beaten
another
anybody.
team.
But I haven't said the Raiders haven't beaten anybody. What I said was, keep in mind the 2 wins in Antonio Pierce's career are against the Jets, a 1-point win, and the Giants, who just lost by a gazillion to the Dallas Cowboys.
Agreed.
Okay, great.
And that's not the same thing everybody's saying about the Dolphins?
Just said you agree with me, dude. You're boxed in.
No, dude, Marcos, you can't even play it because you know he's lying. You know he's wrong.
Just throwing that out there, dude.
Right. You're the worst. Dude, you're the worst.
Not going to get boxed in.
This is ridiculous. That's a classic boxing.
No, it's not.
He just
Wait. If anything, you were boxed in with your comments about the Raiders when everybody's saying that about your team.
No, you want to know, Frog Boy? He's the one who's been insulting you, and you don't have the cajones. You don't have the cajones to hit a box of honor. You have dishonored the box.
You know what? To hell with both of you. I'm going to break.
Hey, want to see the ugly mugs that go along with our melodious voices?
Do I have to worry about this?
We are It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let us get to our headlines, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Want to let you guys know we have a pair of tickets today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to give away to Heat and Nets for Thursday. Not an in-season tournament game, Leroy. They are not in our group, and it is on a Thursday. However, tomorrow is an in-season tournament game in Charlotte.
Okay.
Just so you know.
All right.
Heat be streaking right now. 5 straight wins for the Miami Heat. They have done it in all types of fashions, big-time comebacks, shorthanded.
You know what's
Doesn't
crazy?
matter.
Doesn't it seem like, and I know this is a temporary thing, but in the past years, when Eric Spoelstra is very limited with his rotation, the team plays better.
I would agree with that.
Right? Like, is that?
I think he likes it.
It's a weird thing, though, isn't it?
It is a weird thing. You know who also seems to play better when people are out? Oddly, Kyle Lowry.
Well, and the thing is that here's what we should know by now about Kyle Lowry. He does what he thinks needs to be done and not what we want him to do.
True.
So if you see a game where he needs to score 20, guess what? I'll be damned if Kyle Lowry don't have 20 points and 10 assists.
Yep.
But if everybody's active, he's facilitating for everybody to the point where we're like, why isn't he shooting it?
Tell you what, though, dude, this Jaime Jaquez, it's a baller.
He's very active.
Baller.
Very active.
Yep.
Snatching them. Say that again, Frag Boy.
Said, which is great because everybody was complaining that he's old. He's the oldest rookie, but
he's people were saying that.
I've never said that. No, I've always said that I wonder, right, if Spoelstra would trust him more because he's an older rookie.
How could you not trust that footwork, dude?
Because keep in mind, he's damn near the same age as Tyler.
And now all of a sudden Tyler's out. Who steps up? Jaim-Time.
But here's what's amazing. Even after seeing all that, when everybody comes back, some of these guys who we depended on for the last 5 games are going to be on the bench.
I would say probably Kevin Love's the only guy who's playing that hasn't been playing. Like
but I'm talking about of the guys that we're talking about, right? Because here's who loses time when Caleb Martin, he's got to play.
Caleb Martin hasn't been back. I don't know what's going on with Caleb Martin.
Jimmy is playing on a consistent basis. Tyler comes back, right? Who's you see what I mean? There's a couple of guys going to lose substantial minutes.
Yeah, it happens every year. These are
I know, but my point is that basketball is different than other sports because in football, you try not to leave well enough alone, right? So if you have a hot running back, right, and then your running back comes back, you still try to get him some carries. You're not just going to all of a sudden just put the other guy in when this guy's been playing so well. Same thing at wide receiver or whatever. The only position that maybe it doesn't. For example, I give you a perfect example in football. Van Ginks. Guys got hurt. He came out and balled. Now he's playing consistently. You can't take him out of the lineup.
Yeah,
See, it doesn't work like it. Jaime Jaquez is going to go from 25, 30 minutes to 12.
I don't know. He's one of those guys where I feel like he's not going to lose. I think if
we say that all the time,
but he's getting more. But like but he's also a rookie and he keeps giving you more production. Like the improvement keeps going on an incline.
That's the point I'm trying to like. That when everybody comes back, right? He's not going to get his same minutes. Is that going to hurt the team because he's been so productive?
I would say if he keeps this up, I would be interested to see what they're going to do with Caleb, because Caleb is going to be due a lot of money next year. And so will they be looking to say, hey, we're not going to pay Caleb Martin $20 million a year next year? Do they look to deal him if Jaime keeps this up? I don't know, though.
I got you.
That's what I would say is probably the most.
So in basketball, you injure your way into a trade because somebody.
It's possible.
Right.
I mean, it's possible. I don't think he's going to lose time though.
I'm just trying to. That's the thing, because we've seen this in the past where guy comes in, has a big game, right, and a lot of it is when your options are limited. Some guys step up a little bit more, like you see what Dunks is doing, right?
He's killing it.
Like he's killing it. But sometimes when Jimmy and Tyler get there, he is a little more, and so,
Duncan is now basically like he's huge in that second unit though to like lead stuff. He is. They started him the last couple, like they've been starting him, but like he with those reserves, he's finding his spots. He's not letting himself get phased out.
And I think that's probably going to be the message. Hey, do you don't go back to old Dunks. I want aggressive Dunks. I want Dunks with his opening up his bag. I don't stop.
Jarrell wants to know, Leroy, where are those bums who wanted to get rid of Lowry for Harden? Oof, let me tell you this. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I
That's
stopped.
James Harden.
This stopped because you said James Harden, right?
Do you have Marcos?
That's the thing I think you have to understand. And I think that everybody in the Heat organization understands Kyle Lowry more than we do, because we have a tendency to only look at production.
Yep.
Right? But they look at the big picture of what he can do when needed. And that's a different visual than we have.
James Harden and on the LA Clippers, they are 0-4. He's terrible. The coach is telling him he's being too polite, which is hilarious. But the other night,
Harden's being too polite?
That's what Ty Lue said. The other night, they're playing the Mavericks. And at halftime, the Mavericks, what the hell is this guy's name? Their color analyst, the guy who's on the desk.
Brad Dameris?
Brad Dameris. He's like their karate, basically, right? But he's on the desk. And this is art. I want to play it in its entirety. It's a couple minutes, but this man drops bars. I mean, this man is a chef, and he cooks James Harden worse than James Harden's cooked anybody in the history of James Harden's career. Like it's almost in the class of Jaime Jaquez and what he did to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Here is Brad Dameris on Bally Sports Southwest.
Ask the producer to pipe this into the Clippers locker room so I can talk to you, James. I hope you're taking notes. I'm telling you in advance, you're welcome for the wisdom I'm about to spew. Because, listen, I get on my knees every night and pray for someone to believe in me like Daryl Morey believed in you. You wanted a certain coach, they brought in Mike D'Antoni. You want to play a certain style, they played it. You wanted Dwight Howard, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. You wanted Chris Paul, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. They brought in your old friend Russell Westbrook. You want to go to Vegas on off days? They looked away. You wanted the team to stay over so you could go out at night. They changed the schedule, and it didn't work. And you know what? You said, I'm going to break up with my whoopee. Not good enough. I see the bright lights in New York. I want to go there. My old pal, Kevin Durant. It's going to work. The big three. And all after 1 year, you wanted out. You realized, oh, my gosh, I took this guy for granted, the guy that believed in me. I went back with Daryl Morey. They traded Ben Simmons for you. How did they pull that off? And you know what? You went there, and you got a partner who got the MVP. He won the MVP. And what did you say afterwards? You said, they didn't hand me the reins. You're the point guard. You were holding the reins. And what did you do when you had the reins? You scored 9 points in Game 7 against Boston. You blew a 3-2 series lead. So they fired their coach. Not good enough. You broke up with your guy believing you again. You said, the bright lights of L.A., that's where I want to go. Let's see if that works. Listen, James, have you ever had those friends who had bad roommates? Over and over, they complained about their bad roommates. This guy's terrible. The bad roommate here. They never thought to be self-aware enough that they're the bad roommate. They're the problem. Hey, James, you're the problem. If this doesn't work this year in this system with this team, then you're going to go and point fingers at everybody else, and you're going to go back home and you're going to start swiping right for another team, and there's not going to be anybody left. Because, James, you're not the beard. You're not the system. You're the problem.
Oh, and the mic drop, Devin.
Wow.
That's fun.
You couldn't have said it better yourself, Tobes.
You got to give hats off to an artist. And old Brad, he got it done there.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done. Wow.
He's not wrong. Nothing he said was a lie.
Pristine.
I mean, and that's why it was a mic drop. Because couldn't nobody question it.
Yep.
Couldn't nobody ask him questions about it. Everybody just sat back and went, that boy good. He's right. He's right. He's right. And here's the other problem. The problem is this, and this happens in the NBA. People will give you money just because.
Yep.
Because they don't want to lose on that talent for nothing.
Right.
So they will give you money. The problem is James thinks he's supposed to be getting a max contract. And I would sit James Harden down and ask him, based on what?
How much does he hate watching Maxey go for 50 last night?
Seemed like everybody got freed up now that old ball hog is gone.
Fat Bum leaves 0-4. Sixers have won 8 in a row, and Maxey scored 50. Although Kelly Oubre, dude, Kelly Oubre got hit by a car. So
wow, what the hell? That was so crazy.
Yeah.
How does that? Even... Well, I get it. Like
fractured ribs, so speedy recovery for Tsunami Poppy.
That's a driver. How do you not see the 6'7" man?
I don't know.
He's very big.
It's a giant. He couldn't have got hit too hard.
I mean, he's not done for the season, but he's out of the
No. But what I'm saying is if you get hit by a car and you only break ribs, right? You couldn't have got hit too hard. A car, dude. You're getting hit with something that's 2 tons.
Oof.
Right. So it must have been just a little like maybe in a parking lot, somebody backed up. Somebody almost backed on me. I slapped on the back of their car. They go, "Why are you walking behind me?" Right.
We'll take a quick break. Back after this.
Lot.
The Canes
Number 2 with Tobin and Leroy.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins, they're back on the practice field today after their bye week. It was a very exciting NFL Sunday. Leroy was watching a thriller with Baltimore and Cleveland. That division is great.
Texans doing work. What?
Texans are doing work.
That dude is stones.
He is, man. They're having a hell of a year in his rookie campaign. That has got to be super exciting if you are a Houston fan, seeing what they're doing. Mac Jones completely sucks, so that's great. 49ers.
Only thing that bad happened in that game was the record was tied and not broken. Most consecutive games with a touchdown.
This was interesting. I haven't seen this call out, and this pleased me, but Richard Sherman gave Trevor Lawrence the business a little bit, and I was pretty giddy to see it because this was kind of my big complaint with him all throughout his career struggles, because he's got some Josh Allen to him. Like, this guy is, I think people thought that he was going to be the next coming of Peyton Manning, and he doesn't take care of the football. He gives the football up willy-nilly all the time. He was looked upon as this generational can't-miss guy.
But here's the thing. Isn't that something when you come into the league crowned versus not, right?
Yeah.
When you think of even Peyton Manning, everybody was wondering, why would they take Peyton Manning instead of was it Leach?
Leaf,
right? Leaf, right? Because Leaf had he was bigger, had the cannon for an arm or whatever. So he always had that kind of chip. Plus, he was horrible his rookie year. So there was always some type of motivation to get him, going, his career going. You look at you look at Tom Brady. Look at all the quarterbacks taken before him, right? So he always had that edge going on into his career, right? When you think of certain guys, like they came in and the crown was given to them before they played one down. You look at C.J. Stroud. They were a whole lot of stuff out on him before he came out, right? So they took Bryce Young, handles himself well. He's going to be our guy, this, that. So sometimes how you come into the league, right, determines not necessarily how good you're going to be, but kind of how you go about, doing that job. And you look at Trevor Lawrence, you look at Herbert, you look at, there's certain guys that when they came in, everybody praised them so much that, it took a lot longer for us to see, okay, wait, this guy's a turnover machine.
Herbert and Trevor Lawrence are a little bit different situations because Herbert was the guy who dropped. Like, he was the guy that was, but he had such a sensational rookie year from a number standpoint. Everybody thought there's no way you can miss with this guy. Lawrence was much like Tua, was like wins the championship immediately. Dabo is like the greatest thing since sliced bread all of a sudden. And people are like, oh, this Trevor Lawrence, this is the guy to tank for. And so Richard Sherman yesterday, he goes on Twitter and he goes, when I make the assessment that Trevor Lawrence hasn't been a generational talent that he was built out coming out of Clemson, Jags fans were up in arms, but the tape doesn't lie. This team has won because the defense has gotten turnovers. And at this point, Trevor Lawrence has more turnovers than TDs on the season, despite that his team has been winning. He has all the talent in the world. However, he has not been showcased consistently.
Correct. That's a fair point. Whether you like Richard Sherman or not, that's facts. That's facts. It's the same thing with Josh Allen. However great you think he is, however strong his arm is, however it is tackling that moose, you always have in the back of your mind, dude's a turnover machine. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, guess what? James Winston ain't shook it.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, like my dad, who enjoys the hell out of the Saints, see them come on a comeback, coming back, and then Carr gets hurt. And his first words to me were, here comes the turnover machine. Like he didn't just make that up. You put that in the
30-30.
Right, 30-30.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Miami Hurricanes, valiant effort in Florida State, but still sucks when you lose to Florida State. Yeah. They did feel like they got screwed with that no safety goal. Do you have Mario Cristobal? He was on with Joe Rose this morning. Here is what the head coach had to say about that crooked call by those bum-ass ACC refs.
And again, I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I don't know if they give fines to you guys if you say something, but what was your take on that thing? He was going back on his own, not somebody pushing him back. Or tackling him back?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know or care if I get in trouble. It's a safety. So,
yeah,
that's it. That's where I could say it.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. That's tough.
I like that.
But here's the deal. How can you find somebody if he's right?
Yeah, you can't.
Like you seem. If the ACC or anybody were to find him, you're the one that seems like a buffoon.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't want to deal with the consequence of a bad call. So you find the guy that called you out?
It was so bad. It was
so bad.
But it's like you look when you play a rival and you go on the road and you're starting a freshman QB,
every little thing helps.
Every little thing
helps.
You got 2 points and the ball.
And keep in mind, you get the ball in good field position because they got a punt or kickoff from their own 20.
Yeah.
So who knows what the field position would have been, how that changes the field position for the game, for that half, or whatever. A safety is a backbreaker.
Yeah.
And so to take that away when that's the kind of break you need as a big underdog to kind of get some momentum, it's terrible. I don't know why. I never can understand this. Okay, look, as a player, we all make mistakes. Hell, everybody's made fun of me fumbling. I acknowledge that, right? Not proud of it, but it happened, okay? I had to eat it. I had to deal with it. I had to answer questions about it. But I have a hard time when only the players have to deal with the consequences of their actions on the field, okay? I have a big problem when coaches don't eat it. I have a big problem when officials don't eat it. And that bothers me to no end. That the grown-ups are the ones that get a free pass and you put it all on the kids.
It's crazy, man.
Get the hell out of here.
I don't understand it. It's so disappointing. And I look, you lose Florida State, you lose to Florida State. I do think that the Canes show this as well. Emory, like, dude, that was such a gutsy play. Ball, your arm gets broken. Like, that's criminal. How can you do you have his Mario on Emory, Marcos? Do we have anything on his injury? Because just giving everything to his teammates there. And I tell you one thing, if those referees, I'm going to tell you right now, Leroy, I would have jumped through my television if those refs came back and didn't give him the first down. I would have been livid.
It took forever.
Yeah. Here is Coach Cristobal on Emory Williams.
Yeah, he's going to be okay over time. Obviously, a significant injury, so he'll miss. He'll be back for spring football, but a lot of guts, a lot of toughness. You saw great demeanor about him. Wasn't shaking. Some throws early, those touch throws early. You could tell he's a little bit nerved up, but I mean, on the road, a freshman to go out there and do some of the things he did, really impressive. Really proud of the guy. Tough ass SOB.
Oh, that's tough.
Was it arm or shoulder?
Arm.
Was it his throwing arm?
Yeah, I think it was like they had like the thing wrapped up here.
Ooh,
it was a rough.
That could be a broken up here. Yeah. Because if he automatically he'll be ready for the spring, I think he probably had a broken arm.
Oof.
It was one of those things where he extended it and they landed. Oh
yeah, you saw it like right away. Like, oh no,
right. And is his throwing arm too?
No, it was his left arm? It was his off arm.
Okay. So that saying he'll be ready in spring, but he probably I'm a guess like certain here. I'll tell you, when you watch a football game and you see a guy running and he falls down with no contact, it's something bad, right? the non-contact.
Yeah.
It's Achilles or ACL or something like that. Usually always the case. In a situation like that, like it's pretty safe to say he broke his arm, right? The only good news is that it's his non-throwing arm. And so in situations like that, the strength, you don't need to be back to 100% strength to be able to play football because it's not his throwing arm.
But multiple reports say he has a compound fracture and is scheduled to undergo surgery on Monday, which is now.
That being said,
that means it was really broken. When they put that thing on it, right? Oh my goodness, I feel bad.
He was in tears. Yeah, you knew it was bad right away. He wasn't
crying because of the situation. He was crying because it hurt.
Oh, it hurt.
Oh,
it looked bad. It looked bad. Yeah. But that being said, Emory Williams, tough. That's tough.
But you know what?
But when you Tyler Van Dyke, that's not tough.
When I tell you, when you see a guy do that on your team, right? And you guys look around in that room and you go, that guy's tough. We need to toughen up, right? It's a thing that kind of gets everybody going, because when you see somebody willing to sacrifice everything for the cause and you not putting forth that effort, so it could be something. And it's amazing that it's a freshman, right?
Yep.
It's amazing that it's a young guy that's willing to put that all out. And if I'm a coach, I point it out. I let everybody know this is giving everything to the cause. Right?
I really hope they can pull this off this weekend. I mean, I don't have, not having Emory's obviously a blow, but man, I just
not having Emory
Williams.
No, I know, but like,
because I imagine they're gonna have to go to TVD again.
No, I understand that, but it's still riding Emory out means that you were gonna take the freshman lumps.
Maybe, but I have more faith in him than I do the other guy.
Seeing what you saw. Now, the only unfortunate thing is that learning on the job is tough, right? So when he said, those couple of throws, he was a little nervous, as expected.
Yeah, but even still, like,
he still made some plays.
Maybe he got a little lucky on that deep touchdown, but still, like, you come up with a big play looking like you're dead in the water.
Yeah.
Like that to get you down one score. Like, dude, that's stones. That's stones right there.
I tell you what was worse. That San Francisco game with that fat linebacker chasing Kittle and falling on the ground.
It's giant.
I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, what are you doing? You can't fall down. You can fight all the way down the field, but you can't fall and let him start giddying from the 20.
We'll take a quick break. Leroy will gather us around the locker room, give out his game balls and game bums. That's next.
WQAM.
This guy's a ball.
Oh, baby. Let us gather around the locker room and allow Leroy Horde to give out his game balls and game bums. But first, I'll let you guys know single day tickets are on sale now for Riptide, our world famous concert on Fort Lauderdale Beach, December 2nd and 3rd. Single day general admission tickets are $79. 2-day general admission tickets are $109. You can also buy VIP tickets. Just go to riptidemusicfestival.com for more details. And to purchase tickets, act now because prices are going up. Come see the Black Keys, Jelly Roll, Bleachers, Young the Giant, Dirty Heads, Sublime with Rome, and more. Log on to riptidemusicfestival.com. The Riptide Music Festival on Fort Lauderdale Beach is powered by Ford and sponsored by Spirit. Travel more with Spirit and the free Spirit MasterCard. Leroy!
Who is in there look like they're doing a TikTok?
He doesn't have his headphones on, dude. He's not listening to us.
No.
Well, we're moving studio. We're using actually,
Yeah.
we were wondering, like, why are we not in today? And it's not laziness. We were told to stay home today because we are switching. We're not changing radio stations, but we're physically switching studios
To go
the
back to
old
the studio we were in.
Right. So that's what we were, which we haven't been in since pandemic. So I don't think. I don't remember.
Since we changed.
Since we changed.
went from
we've
7 to
been-
9. Yeah.
So, we should be back in tomorrow, but we might be in a different studio. So we will see. You guys will see it on Twitch and YouTube, Miami 56 WQM. What are your game balls and game bums, Leroy?
So I got 2 game balls for 2 teams that are very dear to me. One is Michigan. And interesting fact, they have a possible first-round pick in quarterback in McCarthy.
Yep.
And they threw the ball 8 times. Now, I don't know much about stealing signs, but they finished the game off with 32 straight runs. At what point did Penn State know the run was coming? And you still couldn't stop it. So
I mean, it is
there's
maybe
that.
BS.
There's that. But that was a great win for Michigan, who up to this point, everybody have said they haven't played anybody either. So that was their first. That was their first true test, and they handled it well.
Haven't heard Manny Diaz his press conference of the week.
They showed him a lot.
Best guess. You think he makes excuses about the sign stealing? Because I'm going to say yes. He never met an excuse he doesn't like to use.
Hey, I mean, they did everything but say, "Hey, Penn State, we running it." Right? You knew it was coming. They finished the game with 32 straight runs, which is unheard of.
Crazy.
That's some old Bill Belichick stuff right there.
Man's
When they
football.
yeah. So
Man.
it was impressive to watch. And on Sunday, y'all know, like, my nerves can't handle another weekend like that. I could barely talk. I was screaming at no one. I was silent screaming, and I'm still hoarse.
I like Fan Leroy.
But watching that Browns game and watching them come back was nerve-wracking, and unbelievably awesome. So they get my game ball, those 2 teams.
I'm sure you're going to be completely reasonable this week with Brown Steelers. I'm sure that's going to be one that's not. I'm sure you're not going to be
wait.
like you
like you are with Dolphins Jets.
I'm sure you're not going to be geeked up at all, Leroy.
Dude, but I'm gonna take a different approach this time, right?
No tweets.
I'm not going. Dude, they almost made me open up Pappy.
Should have. It was a good time last night.
Yeah, but I only got to experience it for like 12 seconds.
I still want to know what I was tweeting about. What does that mean?
See, thank God I didn't drink before I started tweeting. Cause, oh my goodness.
Maybe when I tweeted the bums won't talk about it. Maybe I was talking about game bums. Who are your game bums, Leroy?
So I don't like doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm getting tired of these officials.
Oh.
I am. You know what? I've always had a rule. Let them win or lose it on the field. Right? The team that wins should need help, and the team that loses should need help. Right? If Florida State is the better team on that day, they don't need your assistance. And I don't know if the game would have played out any different. I don't.
We'll never know.
But we'll never know because you took it out of the hands of the players by doing something as egregious as that. And I'm going to tell you like this. We have watched football for a long time, and for some reason, the one penalty or the one play that all officials are afraid to call is a safety.
So weird.
It's a weird thing. Like how much in the end zone do you need to be?
Apparently, go ahead, Marcos.
This is the second time this happened to us, though.
Right. Didn't happen with the Dolphins game.
No, I'm talking about against Clemson. Wasn't there a safety with like Clemson game that we were robbed of? Why does this always happen to us?
I don't know, man. But it's just so frustrating to watch the game being taken out of the hands of the players. Side note, my game bum has to go to the Jets offense.
Oof.
Dude, you scored one touchdown in how many games?
Oof.
You know how the worst teams are scoring touchdowns.
By accident.
By accident.
Nobody's blown a coverage, nothing.
Right. It's like it's crazy that they can't score at all. And I don't know what you do with Zach Wilson, but holy smokes. Like, man, it's terrible. Terrible.
Their last touchdown was 3 weeks ago against the Giants.
And it was the Giants.
Let's not, Crazy. All right, everybody. That is your game balls and game bums. We will take a quick break. Back more after this.
Bum.
Hey, so you like the peach tea, right?
Yes.
Peach tea, Arizona peach tea.
The Arizona, the Arnold Palmer. I don't think they make it anymore.
Arnold Palmer peach?
I don't think so anymore, dude.
Arnold Palmer doesn't come in peach.
It does. That's what I'm telling you.
All right.
It used to come in peach, and they used to sell it at Publix, like in the little open display.
Yeah.
Don't sell it anymore. They've stopped selling it for like 5 years or something, but it was good.
Oh.
Delicious. But not as good as Celsius, hockey fans.
Nope.
Don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of your streaking
Florida Panthers, who win every game in overtime.
They win yesterday against the Chicago Blackhawks.
That Connor Beddard is good.
Oh. Yeah, Marcos, you were boots on the ice yesterday. Yes. What is he worth the hype?
I have quite a bit to report in regards to Mr. Connor Beddard, right? I was paying a close eye on the next
Keen
Wayne
hockey eye.
So this is what I got. Smaller than I thought, for sure. Smaller than I thought. Definitely, what is he, like 18, 19? Because he looks it. Everyone
he is 18. He just turned 18 over the summer. He was born in 2005.
Yeah, he is very clearly smaller than everyone else.
They list him at 5'10", 185.
Oh no.
he goes, oh no.
Yeah, but I'll give him credit. He did score 2 goals yesterday, which was impressive. And there was a moment where he got into it with Tkachuk and he didn't back down. So I give him credit in that.
2 little guys, the 2 smallest guys on the ice fighting.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for that. Although there was some chicanery from the refs yesterday, dude.
What happened?
There was a goal taken away because they said that it was goalie interference. And I don't know too much, right? But there's like a little blue semicircle right in front of the net, correct? And if you are interfering with the goalie within that blue semicircle, they'll take away any goal, and they'll take it back. They accused us of such action. We weren't even in the restricted area, and the whole crowd was letting the refs have it. I loved it.
It's ridiculous. It's just like the they don't love us in any sport, man.
They don't love us, man.
They don't love us like that.
Yeah, but it was a good time, man. It was a good time.
Well, the Cats do.
There's a goal song, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this.
There's a new for everybody.
Correct. So last year, they had the thing where everyone had their own custom song. Right?
I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was too confusing to keep.
The only one I knew was Carter Verhaeghe. He was Turn My Swag On.
For sure. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I think like Tkachuk had like the Chucky theme song and no one knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
there.
I don't like that. So we have a goal song now.
Yes, it is like so underground. It's called Go Cats Go. It's by a local DJ of some sort. But long story short, if you can
play it.
I don't have it. I literally can't find it anywhere. I have to hit Doug Plagans up. Plagans is attempting to get me the song because it's not available anywhere. All they have is Solo D's version of it, and that's not what we're looking
Cats
for.
Go?
Yeah, so it's like an electronic, Peppa's kind of vibe, and then they have a chant that the whole crowd, it's like, na 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 na, go Cats go, na 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 na, go.
I like
Cats
that better.
go.
I like that better.
So it's a unified song now. But it's very, very hard to find. So Doug Plagans is going to come through. He's going to get me that audio.
I bet you JFig might have that on her iPad, iPhone. Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe she has the Solo D version. I'll get that quickly.
I thought there was going to be a song with this.
Okay.
It said Panthers 2024 goals.
Yes. Yes. Go, Cats, go.
Hey, by the way, all right, Toad, give yourself a -1.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because he got the song in 2.3 seconds.
So quick. He's like dates.
-1.
I did the research, Marcos, of Panthers' new goal song on YouTube.
That's it. That's all he did.
You didn't get the Solo D one? I didn't like that one. I just keep getting Solo D.
Go look for it. It's called Florida Panthers goal song. It's on YouTube.
So it's not called Go Cats Go.
Dade South also says Tobin is Bread Mouse 5.
Hey, you remind me of. Oh, by the way,
I think I just pulled a Zazzle, by the way, calling him Dead Mouse 5 instead of just Dead Mouse with the spells with the 5.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so I went and saw the Marvels.
Oh, nice.
How was that?
I'm all about superhero movies. I like them. You know what I'm saying? The bad girl in the movie was like Lady Thanos, right? But how can I put this without? So you remember at the end of Captain Marvel when she says, "Send a message to the Kree, I'm coming to end it all."
No.
You didn't see Captain Marvel.
Nope. I'm not a comic book guy. Leroy, I'm not.
Really? Well, if you go and watch a damn cartoon, why wouldn't you watch this?
Because I'm not being dragged to. I'm sure I will when I start getting dragged to these. But in the meanwhile, I'm partying.
All right. Oh wait, here. Can we get that while this is going on?
Oh! Is that an eye in the middle there?
You don't remember last week when she goes, I'm gonna have to bend down to see.
What a delight.
So great.
What a delight. Tomorrow, Starfish.
Starfish.
Tomorrow?
Hey, JFig, you're gonna have to come early because I think this requires some inflation.
Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
You guys are just tuning in. De'Von Achane, his window has opened, so he is back practicing with the Miami Dolphins. Possible he plays this week against the Las Vegas Raiders, who beat the Jets last night. Marco so far 0-2 this week. He has the Bills by 7 tonight in Monday Night Football when they host the Denver Broncos.
Easy work.
First correspondence from JFig. It requires help. I don't know because I'm trying to figure out how JFig gonna get in this box.
And
it says it comes with a battery pack and an attached fan.
Of course, it's got to stay inflated.
Pair of gloves.
Yep.
With quotations, some costumes don't have gloves.
True.
And instructions. So it looks like it's supposed to be like I was under the impression it was a big plastic thing. It's not. It's polyester.
Yeah, but it's it'll be like and like inflate, and so she'll be a puffy starfish.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
What else we got? Okay. Oh, Mike McDaniel says that Robert Hunt and Robert Jones are both week to week.
That's better than out.
Better than out, not day to day. So that's where they're at with the injuries right now. The Heat, they are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow against the Hornets. They have won 5 in a row. They won last night against the San Antonio Spurs. They erased a 19-point deficit to do so. And you just
worried? Because I was worried.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was worried because I was like, second out of a back-to-back.
No. You weren't worried because you just you were ready to accept the L.
After the first quarter, I was like, they were only down 14. I was like, they're all right. There was a point where they were like, it looks like it's going to bounce out from that. Like the one thing I was actually happy with in that game, the game before on Saturday with the Hawks was like, oh man, they're going to do this thing where they blow the huge lead. And the Hawks made it cute. They made it close, but it was never the ultimate collapse. Yeah, it was never the ultimate collapse, which I was really happy about. But man, Bam Adebayo is just playing amazing right now. He is.
Him and Dunks is playing amazing too because He's doing a lot of different things that 2 years ago you would have never thought he could do. Taking guys off the dribble, back cuts. The back cuts, we saw some of that last year.
Yes.
But the taking guys off the dribble, getting to the hoop, pump fake and go, the assist, his whole game has expanded.
It was a great win. The Heat win 118-113. They run their record to 6-4. The Bums won't talk about it though. The Bums won't talk about it.
Wait, at least I can explain all my texts, all my tweets, right?
The Bums won't talk.
You would literally have gone through 5 tweets and you go, I don't know what I meant by then, but I'm gonna read it, right?
Also on Saturday night, UFC 295. Tom Aspinall knocked out Sergey Pavlovich in the first round. Pavlovich hit him with a hammer in the first 30 seconds. I was like, oh no. And Aspinall, to his credit, ate it and then gave him the old two-piece right on the temple, and the big Russian went down.
You lied to me, bro. You said this guy was an animal. He was unbeatable.
Dude, Aspinall's the truth. Aspinall's the
I
truth.
gotta tell you, there's a lot of guys that get in that octagon and we think that of them, and they get hit with one punch, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, did Aspinall take it on 2 weeks' notice as well?
They both did. I guess technically Pavlovich was the backup fighter for Stipe and Jones, so he was training. But Aspinall's cool, man, because he was like, I'm gonna tell you, I was scared. I like that he was in it. Everybody's like, I fear no man. Aspinall's like, it's scary.
I mean, you have to believe that when you go like certain fighters with what they bring to the party. I'm talking about boxing, anything, right? Can't nobody tell me when Mike Tyson was in his prime that you wasn't scared to get in that ring. You can't tell me that. It don't mean you can't perform. It just means you watch the tape. You see what that man does.
I remember that was right before Andre Ward beat him, especially in the rematch. But like Sergey Kovalev, what was his claim to fame? Killed a guy in the ring. Oof. That was the thing. Like people were like, "Oh, the Crusher, killer," and then put Andre Ward down early in that fight. He fought back, ended up being a draw, controversial draw. Some people thought that Ward still lost the fight, but he ends up winning the rematch, knocks him out. That was our first fight in Vegas. The one I went to, where Michael Yormark said that he wasn't afraid of Kovalev.
Yeah,
I was like, all right,
what
dude.
The weirdest for a guy, Marcos. Here's what you have to understand about this. This guy is 5 foot, 137 pounds. The guy that's saying that, tiny, and I'm like, really? Okay. Thank God you ain't getting in that ring. Right?
Man. And those are our headlines. We'll take a quick break. 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored coming on up. Miami Dolphins. We will take a look around the NFL as it was an action-packed day yesterday as the Dolphins revamp. Mike McDaniel says that he is refreshed going into this week. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. The fall sports season is here, and so is our Dave & Buster's gift card giveaway. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's to watch it all. Enter now at WQAM's contest page, and if you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's in Hollywood with your gift card, spend the day watching your favorite teams on us. Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Miami Dolphins back on the practice field today as they are getting ready for the Las Vegas Raiders, who beat the New York Jets yesterday, 2-0 with new head coach Antonio Pierce. And the Dolphins today, if you just tuned in, the first trailer of Hard Knocks has been released. The season premiere is next Tuesday, the 21st. So we'll get our first look at the Miami Dolphins. We will, I guess, see everything that happened this week and up into the game and see what is it is going to be like, Leroy, to be in season Hard Knocks. But I am excited. That trailer was all. Did you watch it? Did you see it during the break? Did you see it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Let me ask you a question.
What?
You know how I feel about this, right?
Yeah, you don't like it, but the damage.
No. So why would you ask me if I saw the trailer?
Because, dude,
it almost seems like you don't listen to me.
Okay, but you were super excited about something called Avengers vs. Marvel, whatever the hell you were talking about, and you saw that trailer and it gave you the goosies. I thought maybe you would see this at the trailer.
What part of interested didn't you hear in that first part you said?
It's so good.
Here.
Do you have the Hard Knocks music, Marcos? Can I just hear the theme?
Seconds
gives me the goosies.
of Hard Knocks have I seen?
I mean, besides like online clips?
No, none.
You've never tuned into a Hard Knocks?
No, never.
But you've seen some clips I've sent you.
Okay, yes, you forced me to see it so you could talk about it on the on radio.
Yes. So will you watch this Hard Knock?
No.
Attaboy. I'm a big snack time guy.
Why do I feel like I'm watching Game of Thrones?
Don't lose.
Oh, wow. That was in the trailer, Marcos? What else is in the trailer?
Asterix.
Exactly, dude.
Classic. The only thing that he knows is that he knows nothing. Write what you will. Hopefully you didn't jinx us. I'm happy and I'm sad. Sometimes the best things that you can say are to say nothing.
Exactly.
That's not Mike McDaniel's way. What would Socrates say to that?
Clock.
So basically,
Clock.
this is the Mike McDaniel show.
Nice.
Oh, he's going to be one of the big stars for sure. Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing.
Yep.
Everybody who doesn't know Mike McDaniel is going to think that it's a phony. He's a phony. You realize that, right?
I don't think so.
Dude, there's not many people like Mike McDaniel. We know him to be true to who he is. So this is normal for us.
Yep.
When other people see this out of a coach, they're going to think he's putting on a show for Hard Knocks.
I mean, he is the show of Hard Knocks. They're going to realize they struck gold. You know?
You're the only one that feels that way.
Oh,
because you like Hard Knocks.
It's going to be great. I mean, the Dolphins, dude, they haven't been in this in years.
Is this one of the situations where every player looks at this as an issue, and every person like you, I want content?
I mean, look, I will not deny I am a content creator. I am a content reactor. I like content. I agree with that. You are a show
content stripper. So
no,
you
I don't
dancing around.
That. I don't appreciate.
You're dancing, shaking your
booty.
I'm not shaking your booty for content.
I'm not shaking my booty. The content is here. I don't have to shake
around the house like a fat stripper. That's right.
It's gonna be great, dude. We're gonna have such a good time.
Here, I'm not even disputing that because I think there's a lot of characters on this team that a lot of people are gonna have fun with.
Oh yeah.
But here's what I am saying: the first time they lose, what is everybody gonna say?
I don't know. Do they lose to a good team or a bad team?
Damn well what they're gonna say. Doesn't matter. Too many in-season distractions. True or not, that's what's gonna come out. Because that's what we do.
Well, that's silly.
Look, how about this? Remember the Giants got beat up in the playoffs, and the only thing people were complaining about is the people taking their day off to come in Miami? That's what we do.
Yeah, but they're not. They're working. They're not off. So they're just filming what's happening. It's in season.
You can put whatever twist you want on it.
It's not a twist.
But the fact of the matter is, that's what's going to be said if they play a bad game. You don't care. So why all of a sudden you become a chicken doing the NFL song?
Love this.
Now I will say this.
What?
If there's anything to get you excited for something, that music does not play.
Nope.
Because I don't know what I'm watching, but it almost seems like I feel like I need to tune in to hear the rest of the song.
Can't wait, dude. It is exciting.
I still won't watch. It's almost like I feel like I feel dirty wanting this type of content out of my team.
Why?
Right?
It's here though, babe.
They're 6-3. Aren't they giving you enough content?
They have been, but now I get more. What's wrong with that?
Okay. Listen, Marcos, Tobin,
yeah,
JFig, you better not ever say one thing about Hard Knocks if something doesn't go well. You hear me?
Well, it depends.
No,
I mean, like,
no.
If something happens,
I'm not the one to be worried about. And also, Tobin, you just said it was silly, so you can't.
well, if something happens on Hard Knocks that is interesting, we're going to talk about it.
No. I'm not saying that. If things go south,
right?
Don't blame it on Hard Knocks.
They're not
Don't
gonna
say
go
nothing about
south.
Hard
It's
Knocks.
not going to happen.
Okay. JFig.
Hey.
So the box just came to my door like this. And I immediately thought, that's a little starfish.
Flip it upside down.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I know. Well, the eye seems to be in the middle. So, but I saw the feet on the bottom. Okay. Are you gonna do we need some somersaults too? Like you need to go on all the way. Yeah.
No.
Come on. Hey,
You're right.
I will eat it.
It's an obstacle course.
Yes.
Somersault starfish.
Hey, I'm
You're
bringing
adding
my
too much.
cooler. I'm bringing my cooler with beverages and a beach
cooler.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was asking Tobin if he wanted some peach tea.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is nice. We'll have a little goop on our nose.
No, I don't.
Taking the beach.
I ain't afraid of the sun.
Dude, can I tell you something? What the hell is going on with these jellyfish? I was at Peanut Island this weekend.
My friend got stung. Yes.
My wife got
yesterday.
stung. She got stung by a moon jelly.
A moon jelly. The
moon
worst
jelly?
kind of jelly.
Does it hurt?
It didn't feel good. She said it felt like a bee sting. It's not like it's not like crippling or anything like that, but it stung. Not good.
Guess who will never get bit by jellyfish?
Who?
Leroy.
Oh.
Right? Unless he walked to my door.
Oh, because you don't go in the ocean.
They were cool. They were cool looking. Well, it was worth it. But I had to dodge a couple. I was in the Peanut Island. I was snorkeling around. One comes right up to me. Had to put a juke on it.
Oh, whoa.
I've done that.
So, is there a lot of them?
A ton, dude. A ton.
And at what point do you say, let's get the hell out of here?
Would that happen after she got stung?
Oh, you wait till after the bad happens.
Yeah, of course. Wanted to relax. It was a
Were the
beautiful
kids
day.
out there too?
No, it's just Tobin and Mrs.Tobin.
Oh, really?
And moon jellies.
She said it would only be fair if you got stung too, so we could be together.
Well, I was able to avoid it.
Did you see that? Miss Tobin gets stung by Tobin's moon belly all the time.
He's good.
Did you have any rubbing alcohol in the air? Did you have like
you don't put rubbing alcohol on
It's
it?
vinegar or number
yeah,
one.
Yeah,
Urine.
I didn't have to pee on her.
Yeah.
Thank God. That would have been weird at Peanut Island. It really would have brought the vibes now.
Yeah.
No, she got bit by a jellyfish. Really?
I think people would have thought it was sweet.
Really?
What?
Except for
It's
Mrs.
helpful.
Tobin.
Yeah, and so they pull up with
You
vinegar.
know what?
Like, we don't have to.
If
feed
I
it.
should happen to be in the water,
and
I get stung by a jellyfish, I'll just eat it. Right? Like we ain't like until we get to. So is it a stinger or something, or it just?
Yeah, they got stingers in their little tentacles.
And so do you have to pull a stinger out or something?
No.
Hmm.
Oh, Leroy.
I'd say it feels
Thankfully,
like
I don't know. Listen, I'm not familiar with things that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, the lady near us had some spray, and so she sprayed it. It helped a little bit, but eventually it went away by like the time we got home.
Nice.
Oh, so it must have really hurt if it wore off. If you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It hurt.
Because a bee sting, once you remove the stinger, that's it.
I know, but this is not your average bee. It's a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Not
You
your
know,
average
you know what
bee.
she said? The jellyfish probably went, bam, you don't live here. Bam, bam, bam.
Probably.
Yeah. That's why I don't have that problem. Go ahead, jellyfish, your world. I don't want nothing to do with it.
At least it wasn't a Portuguese man of war.
Whoa. Wow.
Thank goodness.
Aren't they in Portugal?
No, I mean they're here all the time. They see those little well, you're not at the beach, but there's these little gas bubbles that like are purple and pink, and then they have the long tentacles.
Oh,
those supposedly hurt like a mother bleeper.
Really?
Wow. This one looks like it has a mohawk. This is crazy.
Yep.
Those are not okay. Obviously, I don't know if they're native here, but those are also something I need to worry about as well.
Yep.
No, you
Man.
don't.
Yes.
You go in the ocean?
Yeah, not you. You're
Or do you
immune.
just hop around on your little
Yeah.
pads?
Immune, sir.
As an amphibian, I don't think you're affected by this.
Yeah.
Such secretions.
All right. Well, look, hey, if you ever need me to pee on your leg, Tobin, I'm here for you, buddy.
What the hell? What's amphibian urine gonna do for me?
It's the best kind. No, it'll clear it up.
It's strong.
How much do you have faith that Josh Allen is going to bail you out tonight and not have a winless week?
Zero faith. You know why?
Yeah.
Because something is fishy about some of these lines, right? Like the only line, now, which is crazy, the only line that was comfortable was Dallas.
Yep, I picked
I'm
that.
like, holy smokes!
I
There's no way I
know.
can take all those points.
3-0.
You're
It's
welcome
perfect week.
for that one.
Perfect week.
This is gonna
Perfect
be
week. Where were you last week?
0-3.
Okay, so like I got I can't lose.
Didn't I go 2-1?
I'm 5-1.
Also?
I can't lose.
This week you went 1-1-1.
one.
You had a
one.
tie. The
did?
Detroit and Chargers
LA. Yep.
were Detroit was a 3-point favorite. You tied that game.
Yeah, Brandon Staley once again his brilliant defense.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, you got two of the most dominant pass rushers in the league. You got a quarterback who's supposed to be all that. You got 2 or 3 receivers. You got one of the best running games in the league, right? And you ain't winning. Oh, Jim Harbaugh will be there next year.
Now, which signs will he be stealing in Los Angeles? Like, is he?
You don't have to because you can do scouting.
Well,
You have to understand what they're getting accused of cheating of. They do it at every other level.
Yeah, it's
They
exactly
do?
what you say.
Yeah.
cheater.
Yes. You can advance scout. It's called advanced scouting, where you have somebody go to somebody else's games.
Advanced scouting.
No,
I don't know. I don't know how many people on the Jets, how many Dolphins employees I've seen disguised as Jets coaches.
Yeah, just, you know,
Just
that
You
is-
don't have to disguise. You can just go. And every Monday you get a box full of tape. So, like, I don't know.
Well, also, is it they're not doing the stupid signs where it's like,
Right.
you know, Phil
Oh.
Here's
Collins
the deal.
picture.
All that being said, Penn State, we running it 32 times. We're telling you, stop it. And you couldn't. End of discussion.
Not really.
Still
I mean,
cheaters.
Your coach isn't allowed to be on the sidelines. I wouldn't say end of discussion. I would say there's a lot of discussion to have. He's not allowed to coach.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
cheaters.
That team is pretty much on autopilot, right?
Who, your team? Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
They're good.
absolutely. I saw a defensive tackle from them that was like 400 pounds running so fast.
Very tough. That's Stolverines of football, you know?
Yeah, you had to throw one of those in there, huh?
Take a break. Back after this. Man, Haywood Highsmith had Trae Young in hell.
Lamps.
Woo! Lamps. Why when I think of wait, so I'm listening to the game Saturday because I was in the car. And Jason Jackson said something that I only think me and him got. Because he called Trae Young El DeBarge. And I about crashed. And the reason why I crashed is because I don't think nobody got it. But I did. And I'm going to make damn sure I let Jason Jackson know he almost crashed my car.
Man. You think he'll use my term Jaim-Time?
No.
Why?
Doesn't sound right.
Jaim-Time is great. I don't understand this. The guy could have been traded for Damian Lillard. Thank God that he wasn't. Jaim-Time?
I don't know. I'm going back and forth on
What about Jaime-Time?
No, stop. No, you're ruining it.
I don't know.
You like that
Hey,
better?
you
like that better or worse? Better or worse than Jaim-Time?
I kind of like
Their point. Oh my God.
First of all, wait. Think about this. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
The reason why it doesn't work, okay, is because when Dame does it, he don't have to say Dame time. He just does this. So nobody knows what it means. You see what I'm saying? So if he does it, they're going to say, oh, look at Jaime doing Dame time.
What if he does it with a pocket watch?
Ooh, how would he signal that?
Like Jaime Jaquez, step back three, good. And Jaime just reaches, he mimes reaching into his jersey and pocket watch.
This isn't
Jaim-Time.
Vegas. There's no skits. Like, what are you doing?
No, that's not true, dude. I saw Mikal Bridges go up 3-0 and he was doing his little 3-gun thing. I was like,
I'm gonna tell you what.
Like it's
There's a lot of people.
Mikal.
There's a lot of people that got 3, and you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
right.
Like Mikal Bridges has his own. Like it's. I looked at it. Like, I was like, it's 3-0. Why is he? What's he doing? It's like, gotta do it. Shoot at the Heat bench.
Hey, for the same reason why you wanted the turnover chain, right? You do it.
I saw someone give the turnover chain to Tyler Van Dyke.
They should just make it his face, like like you know how Rick Ross would get a chain of his face. That should be the next turnover chain when Mario Cristobal brings it back. It's just Tyler Van Dyke's face, diamond encrusted in orange and green.
Wow. Well, it wouldn't be an orange and green because he's throwing them to the other team.
Fair point. Be one of those jewels that can change color with the light.
Ooh, nice. Bring it back.
Jaime Jaquez with a scoop and score. Oh, what is he doing there, John? Looks like he just reached into his watch for a little pocket watch. Reached into his jersey for a pocket watch. It's Jaime-Time.
Come on, guys. Jaime-Time.
No.
Marcos,
Even how you no.
Marcos, I appreciate what you're doing. That's
Sorry.
a -1.
Why?
Come on.
It's terrible.
It's not terrible.
-1. Terrible.
Why? It rhymes.
Dude, that's brutal. Please don't do that. You're embarrassing the show.
I'm not embarrassing the show.
You're embarrassing the show.
We give him a little pocket watch, you know? Or what if he like mimes being a cuckoo clock? Cuckoo.
You watch too much cartoons.
Giving up. He's
This
giving
guy,
up.
wait, this guy's getting on me about going to see Marvel movies, and right now he just did animation for the last 10 minutes.
Then he goes ahead and blames it on his children.
John, look at that beautiful footwork. What is Jaime doing? Is he a bird? Oh, that's clearly what he's doing, Eric, is Jaime-Time. Cuckoo.
Meantime, the Spurs are on a 5-0 run.
Not even you can take it seriously.
Hey, but here's the deal. In sports, don't we need a better, like, you can't do your thing if your team is down by 20, right? Yeah. But for some reason, athletes don't care. Like, you can't celebrate if you're down 3 touchdowns, right? Don't do your touchdown dance. You can't do it.
Sikrino says, just stick with one wick. I know he likes that, but like still.
He likes what?
One wick. That hair, dude. Oh,
what if he hits a 3? He lays down on the ground, pretends to be the hands of a clock, and motion through the time.
Ooh, like a sundial.
Ooh, yeah.
Like a sundial, dude.
First of all, they're gonna escort him to the locker room and give him 7 texts.
It could be like the big comfy couch girl lady. You know, you just sit down on the ground. Your leg is at 7 o'clock. That's perfect.
Jaime-Time.
Well, we can.
I
You know
love
what?
that show.
Hey, by the way, we might be able to do that tomorrow.
You are planning way too much activities.
Yeah, we gotta
Hey,
set
I'm
it
just
up,
trying to
of
figure
course.
Doing
out.
a whole
'Cause wait,
photo shoot for you guys.
Hold on. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. Right? Is that
Don't open the box.
Is-
the second you open that box, it cannot be closed.
inflatable costume with attached fan. So somewhere in that suit, JFig's gonna have a fan blowing on her.
I told you guys this is why I can't wear it on air because then you'll
Battery pack.
nonstop.
We'll manage.
No, we'll
We'll
no.
manage.
Listen, look, y'all talk about
And
me
then the
making
gloves.
noises all the time.
I
Here,
need to know how I can type. You know.
We literally did an entire week at Radio Row with the air conditioner blowing behind us. We'll be fine with your Starfish fan.
yeah. Oh, don't worry. This is not going away, JFig.
Dade
You
South
try to find all the excuses.
Dade South says that Jaime has to fake swirl a pocket watch. Yeah, just like swinging it. Jaim-Time. Whoop.
It's not even how you say his name. This is why it doesn't work.
What do you mean it's not Jaime? How am I saying it wrong?
I don't
Jaim-Time.
like it. No.
Why don't you like it?
No, doesn't sound right.
I think it sounds.
It's
great.
not. Well, JFig, you're wrong from that because Time, he's Damian Lillard anyway. So
Okay, but that's
same
like his
thing.
nickname.
Yeah, nobody calls him Haim.
Nobody
Exactly.
yet.
No
Nobody
one calls
yet.
him
No,
Haim.
and they're not gonna start with
What?
you.
This is
What are you
it's not
doing?
cute.
What's up, Jaim-Time?
Oh, that's a challenge accepted. Next time you see him, you gotta say that. If you don't,
I want to get him on. Let's see if we can get him on.
all right.
Let's see if we can get Jaime on.
And pitch it to him.
I want to pitch it to him. I have an idea. Be like, now hear me out, Jaime.
Oh no.
What
When
do
you
you?
say hear me out, then I'm gonna just do this.
We're all gonna
Don't-
do this.
Don't back off.
You know, listen, you gonna be rogue on this one.
You're gonna
Marcus-
be stranded in the island by yourself.
Do you have the call, Jason Jackson's call of his 3 the other night where he sent Bogdanovich flying? If you could find that for me for next hour, I would love to hear that. But we have to go to break because it's Jaim-Time.
There we go. That's my boy.
That's terrible.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Saw Dime.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. This hour, we're going to give away a pair of tickets to Heat Nets, which is going to be Thursday at the Kaseya Center. So keep on listening. We will give away a pair this hour. Be in line, Frog Boy. Otherwise, I might do 55 for Duncan Robinson.
What? I didn't even. What did I?
Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Drew Quiet says the Atlanta announcers were clowns crying about Duncan Robinson locking up one of their dudes saying he can't play defense. Yeah, they were clowns all over the place. They were clowns on the Jaime Jaquez bucket too, because they were like, Bogdanovich was pushed. Pushed by what? The air? Here was Jaime Jaquez. The Heat had a couple of moves over the weekend that were, I mean, just breathtaking. It was some beautiful basketball. The rookie, Jaime Jaquez, they told me the rookie of the year was playing last night. They just lied and told you it was a 7'5" guy from France, when it turns out it is the man who has the beautiful flowing hair, a very captivating mustache, and really can do moves like this with his footwork, dude.
Smith moves it to Jaquez on the near side arena logo. He'll move to his right, top of the arc. He just put Bogdanovich on the floor. Let it rip and put it on TV. Oh, let's put that on social media.
Yeah, you do. The poor Bogdanovich, they memed him, the Heat. I mean, they put him all over they put him on skateboard. They put him on ice. They were. Heat admin was working hard this weekend with the moves of some of their players, and then. So you have that win. Jaime Jaquez, great performance. Bam Adebayo. I mean, I don't even feel like we've praised him enough for how good he's been.
He has been. If there's one person through it all that you can depend on, it has been Bam.
He's been a monster. He's been a monster. Sent Wembanyama flying yesterday. Just put a shoulder in him. You know, and then I mean, he's just getting to the free throw line like an absolute menace. He's been great. Duncan Robinson, though, I mean, he was doing shot fakes yesterday, double fakes on threes, hezzies, and then he hit Victor Wembanyama. Welcome to the NBA, a little Smitty for you. And here was the call from Jax.
Here's Duncan driving, gets to the baseline. Oh, he just left Wembanyama in the dust. Little hesitation by Robinson. And the Frenchman was left behind. Great work on the left baseline by Duncan.
Whew. Shook him out of his shoes, dude. Those are some big shoes. Big shoes.
He's like a creative player, bro. He is just so long and lanky.
Yeah.
But not enough.
Not enough, dude. Not enough to
because he doesn't really play in the paint.
No. He's like, they're trying to make him like 7'5" KD.
Except he don't make shots.
Not yet. Nope. You'll see the couple he makes, but you know, he was what was
he will when he develops, he will have the most unstoppable shot in basketball, right?
Yeah.
With an 8-foot wingspan, who's jumping him? Who's stopping it?
I mean, it might be Duncan Robinson the way he's going. By that time, he's already mastered the bag. He's already mastered the three. I mean, lockdown defender's the next thing.
You guys see the stats of Wemby when he's being guarded by Bam Adebayo?
Nope.
If I'm not mistaken, he went 2 for 6 yesterday with 5 turnovers when Bam Adebayo was sticking him.
Yeah, Bam. I don't know if you guys are realizing this because you're not catching, you know, maybe you're, I don't know, bored of the Heat games or you're tired of the same. What you are seeing with Bam is different from a standpoint of he's already been maybe the best defender in the league. He's going at every center and every big man every single night. He is throttling them. He is shutting them down. He is getting them in foul trouble. And some of the jump shots that he is just putting for, I mean, like he was doing Kobe stuff with some of his jumpers against the Hawks. It was really, really breathtaking. I mean, the guy is.
Well, I'm trying to think. So, at what point are people gonna just acknowledge what he's doing? Because he's doing it against all of these guys who are supposedly the best defenders or the best offensive guys. So when you say, hey, I take your guy and I lock him down.
Yeah.
And when are we going to start looking at Bam and going, hey.
The bums won't talk about it, Leroy.
You
bums won't talk about it.
So you don't know why. Wait, Marcos.
We'll talk about it.
Let me show you about old Mr. Wiggle Room. He still don't know why or in what context he used it. But he's trying to apply it to the whole show. Right?
The bums won't talk about it.
He even said something. I said, oh, maybe I was responding to you. Like,
well, I was a little toasty on my game recap last night. I'm not gonna lie. I was
but the other thing about Bam is, and I think the defensive thing we got, right? He's been one of the better defenders since he stepped on the court.
Yes.
Right? And we acknowledge that.
Yes.
What I'm impressed with is the other side. I don't know whether it's because Jimmy's not in or Tyler's not in, but he's being extremely aggressive.
Yep.
And he's getting his.
Yep.
And I think somebody either got in his ear and said, we can't win if you don't get yours.
I hope so.
Right.
I hope that was the case, but he has been on a tear, especially he got to the free throw line 16 times against Memphis. Right. You know,
here's what they said to him. They say, hey, you don't eat nobody's crumbs. You give the rest the crumbs.
Yep.
That's it. Because I've never listen, I'm so happy that he's being aggressive. Some of the crazy shots that he take, I don't even sweat it.
No.
Do you? Go ahead.
26-17 against the Hawks, 24-11 with 6 assists, 3 steals against San Antonio. It's insane. 23.5 points this season. He's averaging almost 13 blocks and over 1.5.
13 blocks.
13 rebounds. I'm sorry. My bad. I meant 1.5 blocks. 13 blocks would be amazing.
If he averages 13 blocks, you can give him the defensive player of the year right now.
No, but he is. I mean, he is averaging over 1.5 blocks so far.
Right.
Which
what usually leads the league? Like 3 or 4 a game?
3 point something.
Right now, let's do blocks in the league. Rebounds, blocks right now, 3 a game by old street clothes, but I don't know how many games he's played. So, you know,
that's it.
That's a shocker.
Yeah, 3 blocks a game from old. And then you got Rudy Gobert. He's averaging over 2 a game.
I mean, he does nothing else. Literally nothing else.
That's all he does.
Playing pretty well. Anthony
What's
Edwards.
Minnesota's been playing well.
Oh, Minnesota's great. I mean, look, I'm not harpooning, I'm not wailing anymore until you know who is in the crosshairs.
Yeah.
But like that guy.
Here's the problem.
That guy's that guy is the truth.
Let me back your ass up for a second.
Sure.
Here's the problem.
Yep.
Okay. You can't determine this. That's where we get in trouble.
I can determine this.
No, you can't.
I can determine
this. Because you can't determine what the circumstance in which you can start wailing again, because you'll just make something up.
No, I'm not doing it anymore. You could tell me today that, I don't know, any player that's out there, I'm not interested. I like my team. I'm not doing it until Anthony Edwards. But until I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not wailing anymore. I don't care about it. I'm glad we don't have Damian Lillard. Let me just be clear about this. I'm glad we don't have Damian Lillard. We got like 3 guys who are better than him anyway. All right. I'm not wailing anymore. I'm not.
That sounds like the guy that put all of his work into a girl, and then she started dating somebody else, and you go, she wasn't that pretty anyway.
Never wanted her.
And the second she posts the picture, he goes and starts liking it.
No, I'm not doing that because I don't care about Damian Lillard anymore. And by the
To
way,
remind her,
this
he
is
still
exactly what happened with Ralph. You know, he thought that he
Who the hell's Ralph?
He thought that he had his whole world in a great place, and then all of a sudden, old Ralph gets married, and what happens? And I'm like, yeah. Turns out it was a blessing in disguise.
Who the hell's Ralph?
What?
The guy that was caught cheating or something like that.
You ever go to like a party and you're making
that.
fun of Ralph? Because like Ralph's, wife cheats on him, and we're all just like, Ralph never saw it coming.
Wow.
Laughing at Ralph.
But in this case,
wait,
Ralph is young.
Everybody close their eyes. Think of a random name. Ralph is not it. How you pull Ralph out of your hat?
It's because he was watching Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, Ralph is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he thought that he was getting this great player with him, and it's like, he's cool, he's not, but it's not what we thought. And maybe it's one of these things where like,
what is it? 10 games into the season? Relax.
I mean, like the Bums won't talk about it, Leroy, but the Heat are on fire right now,
dude.
The Bums won't talk about it.
Are you using this show to explain your tweets? Because we're in a place right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tobes.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what the hell you were talking about.
I think
he didn't even know what he was talking about.
Right. And then you came on the show.
To decipher one of them.
You came on the show today and said, I don't know what I was talking about. I ain't like well, you spent the whole show trying to figure it out.
Up yesterday.
I didn't appreciate that Dade South was coming in putting clips on Twitter about me sauced up. The Bums won't talk about it, but I was having a good time.
Yes, I wonder.
No one.
Dude,
no one.
Can I just say something?
Have a good time.
Do you realize how off the chain I would have been if I had started drinking?
Whew.
Oh,
I don't know.
Goodness. Well, first of all, here's the problem. The old, and I include myself, we are one finger texters, right? And so every time I start texting, something else happened, and then I got to respond to what happened. And I sometimes forgot what I was texting about that happened 5 minutes ago, and it was making me even more mad. Especially when new DPJ fumbled the punt, and you could see him. Look, this is what it looked like on film. And he dropped the ball. You see his eyes just look at the guy in front of him. You know they were yelling something. Grandma got your cookies. Like they just we used to yell crazy. Like on punt team, we run down there and just what we gonna yell this time? Oh, this will get him. And you ever see sometimes when a guy catch the punt and they laugh? Because all kinds of crazy stuff is there. They're yelling at him.
I didn't realize. I thought it was always trash talk. I didn't realize it was jokes and
No,
stuff.
they just yelling at him, trying to get him to take his eye off the ball, which happened. New DPJ.
I don't like how Dade stopped saying that. Sounded like Sly Stallone last night.
These Heat, they're pretty good.
Your impression of Bill Simmons at the end of that clip, Dade South cut. That was full Bill Simmons right there.
It was, dude. It was. That's
Ringa.
That's what he sounds like, though, man. I'm tired of it.
First of all, you were just doing shots.
Yeah.
Like what? Like, see, I can't do that. I can have a drink, but I just sip on it.
Shots are good. It just depends on which ones you're taking.
But you're by yourself. That's called the alcoholic.
I wasn't by myself. I had the heat.
Right. When you do shots by yourself, that's not called drinking.
I threw one back. I said, Jaim-Time. These basketball elitists, these podcasters, this Zach Lowe, these Bill Simmons.
Okay.
What was that?
First of all, you know he had to go, D, where's my 305 shirt? I'm going live. Right? Did you do it? He's laughing because you did that, did you?
Jaim-Time.
She's probably like, kids, leave daddy alone. He needs some alone time.
I don't like how I was cursing last night, too. I try not to do that.
Really?
I try not to.
Come on, you're doing shots of whiskey. Like you can't control that.
These basketball elitists, these podcasters, this Zach Lowe, these Bill Simmons, they already have their points. They already know who they're going to go with. That dude. When it comes to Rookie of the Year, Jaime-Jaquez, that's the dude right there.
Wait, dude. What?
I don't want to hear that again.
What is wrong with you? What are you doing? This is
that dude. When it comes to that dude. When it comes to
wait, but the thing
Because the bums won't listen. The bums won't talk about it.
the worst thing about this is you know we had to get in heat gear to do this, right? To show everybody I'm Mr. 305 right now.
That's right.
Like, oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Wait a minute. Hey, I thought I was bad. I thought I was being bad, only to be outdone 2 hours later. Right. Oh my goodness.
Man.
I bet you Ralph is talking about your ass right now. I promise you.
He's judging you.
Old
judging
Lushy.
Take a break. Ass Ralph doing shots of whiskey because he ain't got no family. He's talking about it's all Tobin's fault.
Back after this.
WQAM.
person shooter mode. We turning your son to a funeral. To say they don't office, you better be talking about working in cubicles. Yeah, them boys had a lot, but I knew the code. A lot of debating my numero. Not the 3, not the 2, I'm the UNO. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. So the 49ers back. Deebo Samuel fixed them, huh?
I mean, they had a lot of guys come back, not just Deebo Samuel. A couple of guys on defense.
Yeah, they added Chase Young too. That was good.
Added Chase Young.
They look like monsters again.
Yeah, I'm not liking that. Not a fan. Not a fan.
How are things looking over there, Marcos? It looks like there's a lot of hubbub behind you. Do you think this thing's going to be done by tomorrow or what?
Yes, indeed. When you guys come in tomorrow, we will be starting next door.
So you got to change rooms too?
Yes, indeed, I do.
Yes, he has to go back to the other control room.
Yes, I go to the other control room. I'll set up, probably have a new design come in because, I had the Home Depot why can't I find direction? I had my Home Depot for Victor Oladipo. He's no longer here, so I'm going to take that down, move some stuff around. We got to redecorate now.
Maybe we could put a Jaime-Time clock up there.
No, we can't.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect, actually.
I would not be opposed to that.
I'll print this out right here. We'll have it hanging. It'll be perfect.
You got him looking like a Oompa Loompa.
It's just aerodynamic clothing, dude.
Pretty wild.
I tell you what time is it going to be if JFig's up there?
It's every time. All the times.
I cannot wait.
It's gonna be something. What a way to debut the new new studio.
No,
the old
for real. We
studio
picked the perfect day.
Perfect day.
And well, that studio's bigger, so you'll have more room.
Yep, that's true.
Thankfully.
Better couch.
Because I don't even know how to sit.
Yeah, they already moved over all the cameras. They already picked out your seats as well. Just kind of went back to the same old setup from before.
Where am I sitting?
You are in to the right of Tobin. Tobin is where I'm not sure if you remember where Crowder would sit before.
I remember where Crowder used to sit. Is that where I'm sitting?
That's where you're sitting. Yeah, Leroy and Tobin will be in their normal seats as usual.
What's my normal seat? I don't know.
I
always say, you know what I hate? My back is always to you.
Huh? To me specifically?
Yeah. You'll be able to see Marcos, I think now.
Yeah, now I'm gonna get your left eye.
Why are you worried? You're not a fly.
Okay, just can't.
I'm not a bird either, but I got to keep an eye on JFig.
Definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do they equip your side of the studio with a pond?
No, not yet. I'm still working on that. They just fixed the carpet, so one step at a time.
One step at a time. I agree.
I'm good on land.
If you guys are just tuning in, Dolphins getting some reinforcements today at practice. De'Von Achane is back. He's fast.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. You know how I feel about our other options at running back. Talking about you, Salvon Ahmed. Have had enough of him.
No, why are you so against him?
It's like I'd rather have Myles Gaskin or something. It's just like mediocre football.
Here's the problem, Marcos.
Yeah.
This is the honest truth. We do it in sports all the time. You are getting caught up in the play and not the player, right? Ahmed, the last couple of games, the defense has been pretty good at stopping Miami from running those outside runs, right? So that means whoever got the ball, running the ball outside like that, it was going to look like that. So pick any player, you would feel that way about him. It was a series of plays that didn't work for the last couple of weeks. That being said, I don't know how to game plan or how they're going to defend it this week because everybody knows Miami wants to run the ball outside. Everybody knows they like those speed sweeps and stuff like that. You need a lot of team speed to defend that. If you don't have it, running people out there is not going to matter. So you're getting caught up on the player, and not necessarily the play. I'm saying those plays that Ahmed was running, whoever was running those plays, you would have felt the same way about that player.
Wouldn't it be great if, like in Hard Knocks, like if Salvon Ahmed has a really great game this upcoming week, but like in the precursor to that at Hard Knocks, they say, And Salvon Ahmed had to deal with the doubters, and Frog Boy is like on the narration of Hard Knocks where it goes, this guy's a bum. Don't want him. Can't stand him.
Okay.
He's no good nothing. And then Salvon Ahmed just goes for 200.
If you're like, you know what, then I'll be happy. But he just does nothing exceptional. What does he do that's exceptional?
I told you what the problem is.
But he just like, okay.
Wait. You think wait. You think he's been having that success running the football since he's been here and they kept him?
Was it success though, or was it just adequate? You know, he kind of showed up to work every day.
I mean, he had a really he had probably the best preseason out of anybody on the team. That's why he bumped Myles Gaskin. That's why Myles Gaskin's on the team.
Thank God he had a great preseason. Super good.
Wait.
I understand.
Marcos, you know, there's a lot of people who use that preseason to make a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a guy who's fighting to make the team should not be running the ball 30% of the time. Shouldn't.
In preseason, yes.
Oh, preseason, sure. But look, like I said, he's not fast, right? Achane fast.
No, Achane is faster.
Faster. And
you're confusing. Faster. You're confusing. So for example, I give you a perfect example. Metcalf, fast, right?
Yeah.
Did you see him run that 100, that race?
DK?
Yes.
Yeah.
He ran a track meet.
Got killed.
Got killed. Those guys are faster. He's fast. They are faster. De'Von Achane is a different level fast.
Yeah.
He's like with Tyreek fast.
He might be faster than Tyreek. He's the only guy.
The other guys aren't slow. He's just faster.
He's the only guy that's gotten Tyreek Hill to say, I'm tired of talking about speed. He's the cheetah. I was like, seems like he actually seems to respect this man's speed.
Right. So let's not get caught up in, he's not fast. You're comparing him with the fastest team in the NFL.
I mean, he runs a 4.6 though. What are we doing here?
He doesn't.
I'm looking at it. A 4.62 and a 4.67 were the 240s that he ran.
Really?
I'm telling you, like, what are we doing here? Fine. So if you're not fast,
that was slower than me.
He's got really cool shoes. I like he wears the bright orange shoes.
Wait,
really
no. Let's back this bus up.
Yep.
4.6?
4.6, and he's 5'11", 197 pounds. It's not like he's big. He
didn't get drafted high. I mean, he obviously probably had a bad combine time. Maybe he didn't have a good combine and he got a lot faster. Like maybe he just had a bad day.
This is for this guy, though. Get out of here, dude.
Why are you getting upset about the fourth running back on the Dolphins?
Because I want Achane back, man.
He's coming back. There's nothing that's preventing this.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
It doesn't sound like you're excited for anything, says the guy.
He's just excited to trash other players. That's all.
No, that's
what
not
you should
true.
be excited for. You
Just
should
like
probably worry
playing.
about. Yeah, you should probably worry about something else, like the Bills covering tonight.
Oh, it's the Broncos.
Can I just tell you? Don't come up in here 0-3 tomorrow.
Don't lose,
guys.
So that means you and Tobin to be 3-3. JFig, you went 3-3, so you can't. You'll be 4-1-1. And
Marcos would be 2-4.
2-4 if they lose.
Yep.
Oh, wait. So JFig, where were you last week?
She was 2-1.
2-1, and this week you're 1-1-1.
Yeah.
So that's 3-2-1. Correct?
I sent these updates.
And I'm 5-1.
He just wanted to say that.
That's all you wanted to say. You
He
just wanted to say that.
wants to.
I like how today you accused me of braggery too when I sent you guys the updates. You're like, "Oh, Mr. 3-0 sending the updates so quick."
It was a little
You
inconvenient.
did send them quick. You did. Well, hold on. Normally we get the updates during the show the next day. You sent those things quick.
You
Also,
have been asking for.
What is
You've been
this?
What is that?
What are
I don't
these
know.
graphics?
What is that?
That's
Marcos?
it seemed like a little show pony conference. I woke up to a show pony conference going on.
You got a little mad because we said you're going to be thrown at the dartboard of doom, which makes you a poison dart frog.
By the
Shouldn't
way,
be mad when you were doing this all last month.
by the
I
way,
understand. I'm still the record holder.
what-
2
what?
victories back to back, 2 months in a row. You guys have won 1 quarter.
But guess what? Nobody cares about the ones you didn't lose.
Yeah.
You only care about the ones you lost. Because when you got to throw it at the dartboard of doom, and then we have you bouncing on the lily pad at your nearest pond, it ain't gonna be so cute. that
Rubo.
Can I mount on a lily pad? Are they mounted? Are they floatable?
Rubo, who is pulling a me, he says, they say Ahmed is quicker than he is fast.
Okay, what are we doing here, dude? We're making so many excuses.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I guess they
Who the hell is they? No, you don't use they. You use
Same people that call.
He uses people. Toby uses people.
Yeah,
the
You
bums.
know people.
the bums. They won't talk about it. The bums won't talk about it.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, let's give away a pair of Heat tickets right now. If you are caller number, let's go caller 7. Caller 7 to 305-567-0560. Caller 7 to 305-567-0560. If you guys want a pair of tickets to Heat and Nets, be caller 7 right now to 305-567-0560. Caller 7 will get a pair of tickets to Heat and Nets for this Thursday at the Kaseya Center when the Heat are back for their road trip. Briefly, they get one stop and then they have to go back out for, I think, like 100 more. Not really a home stand. Just say hi.
Stop,
say hi.
No, stop home to get some more clothes.
Pit stops.
Yeah, pit stop at home. Maybe say hi to your dog, and then you gotta go. That's it. See ya. I'll go first for all right. Oh no, our favorite time here on a Monday. My all right goes to Duncan Robinson. I mean, it was awesome. He was awesome against the San Antonio Spurs. Shook Wembanyama out of his shoes. Was shaking the Spurs all over the place. Big comeback for the Miami Heat, and he was a reason for that. So Duncan Robinson gets my all right. My oh no, I feel bad for Alex Pajeda for his fight against Yuri Prohaska because he probably was going to win anyway. But I hate a quick stoppage. And I'm usually pretty lenient on this stuff. I don't like to jump down the ref's throats because it's a tough time. Herb Dean tried to go save Dustin Poirier from hammer fists, and he dropped the people's elbow on him by accident.
He came like this.
Yeah, but Mark Goddard, I thought you got it wrong. I with those elbows to Yuri Prohaska's side of his face, I think he was okay. He popped right back up. I thought that was too quick. Maybe Pajeda would have won anyway. He was blowing up his leg with those leg kicks, but I thought that they blew that one. So he gets my oh no.
Hey, whoever that text was from, Leroy don't play with action figures. What the hell? And I'm not a Justice League guy anyway. I'm a Marvel guy.
Leroy, what are your all rights and oh no's today?
So my all right is going to go to Bam. Because I don't know if we saw this version of Bam, but he is doing what he wants to do on a basketball court to anyone when he wants. And on the defensive side of the ball, he's guarding everybody. And this team, we can say what we want about Jimmy. We can say what we want about Tyler. This team does not operate without Bam. Let's get over that. Right? You can say playoff Jimmy, Tyler can score average 26. This team does not go without Bam. So that gets my all right.
Just as an aside before you get to your oh no, the way he's playing with this hot streak that he's on, this intensity he's playing on, perhaps maybe we wait till the off season because I don't want him to work you in dominoes.
You mean,
by the way,
no. You mean you don't want me to break him and then he goes into a game all disappointed?
No. I just feel like
what you mean. Because wait. If you don't think, and thank you for your support, friend. But if you don't think I could win, basically you saying that I would be a confidence booster to him to continue. But if you think I got a chance of cracking him,
yeah.
Then you think, I don't want him to get his,
I was more looking at it as a friend. He's playing at an absolute peak right now. It feels like he probably can't lose at anything. I don't know if now is the time to go, take him on in any form of competition. Feels like he's going to smoke you.
Let me ask you, how long have you known me?
Long time.
And what have I been scared of?
Critters.
The ocean.
That's it.
So you're saying as long as Bam doesn't show up to Domino's in a snorkel mask, you're all right.
Either way, he has to get to Laurent first, don't you?
First of all, they fly and they travel all over the world. Bam, Jimmy. Anybody ever send pictures back of them in the water?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware
on the boat.
Not
on the boat.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, okay. So he ain't coming in with no snorkel.
What's your oh
Fine,
no?
floaty.
My oh no is going to go to Emory Williams' arm.
Oh.
It was so unfortunate because one of the things that you appreciate seeing from a young player is him doing everything in his power to succeed. And I would have hoped that he could have made it through that so that the team would rally behind him, right? He never got that opportunity to earn the respect of his team, show his team he's willing to put it out there for him because he got hurt. You see, and we see that during games. You see a guy, I saw a play in Cleveland. The guy got the ball, he got hit 4 yards downfield, and the entire team got behind him and pushed him for 15 yards. Stuff like that. You don't get to see that because he didn't get a chance to come back and be rewarded for his efforts. And so I hope that in the future, that he does get that opportunity, and that team and that program knows that this guy's doing everything he can to win, because he should have been rewarded with that. And the way you get rewarded with that is your team following their leader.
Well said, Leroy. JFig, what's your all right no today?
Well, as you can possibly recall, I went to Country Bay Festival. Stop it. I went to Country Bay Festival this weekend, and my all right goes to seeing Sam Hunt. Because it's been a long time. And
it was good? Good?
It was good. It was
Oh,
good.
He's good. Oh, he's good.
It was good. He's tough.
He's tough.
Now, my oh no is also there because I was given GA tickets, correct?
Yep.
At the festival, there was bull riding competitions, and they were giving out VIP tickets to whoever won.
You mean mechanical bull, yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I just
Yes,
want to make
mechanical
sure.
bull. Yeah.
I've seen how they work those horses.
And?
No, well, the women, they try to shake them out of their stuff.
Yeah, they're really, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that part because I've been there, done that. Stop. So we begged my friend to get on the bull to see if we can get some VIP tickets, and he ended up winning. So I end up getting into VIP. But this is what happens, guys. We had a GA wristband on one hand, and then we had a VIP one on another hand. One guy behind us sees the yellow one, which is GA.
Yeah.
Taps on my friend's shoulder and says, "You're not supposed to be here if you're not VIP." Is it any of your business? Number one, are we doing anything? Are we doing anything to bother you?
He didn't work there. He was just a guy.
No, he was just a guy behind us who had recently gotten there too. So I don't even know what his business was looking at us. My friend looks at him. He's like, "Why don't you just mind your own business?" And points at the VIP
exactly,
wristband.
dude.
If that, I got so heated because it was right before Sam Hunt. If he was going to try to ruin my time with Sam, there's going to be a problem.
So wait, so my question is what did the guy do after you showed him the other wristband?
He started apologizing.
He should have. Damage is done.
No, damage is done. Why don't you mind your own business?
Yeah. He was
enjoy
probably
the show.
He was
and stop
old.
looking
He
at
was
us.
older, huh?
He was old.
The old like telling people where they belong.
Yeah, the old like to exclude people.
It bothers me so much, guys.
Frog boy.
My all right goes to the Miami Hurricanes trenches.
All right.
For majority of the game, the offensive line held up, and the defensive line, led by freshman Ruben Bain, man, they've been doing good things in the run defense. Yeah,
the whole team is shaping up really well. The problem is that the one position that you thought you'd be able to count on, you can't. That's unfortunate. That's sports, though. It happens.
Indeed. But you know, no moral victories. I just like the way they looked, and I look forward to the future because a lot of them are young. My oh no. goes to, let me get this guy's name because he became an overnight sensation. I don't know if you guys saw this guy blubbering during Michigan's.
Oh, stop. I didn't want to do it.
Like
I didn't want to do it. I didn't like.
Nothing that happens on the field is worthy of a man ending the game with this.
To win on the road in this environment when there were doubts. Sherman, what does it mean to you?
Well, I thank the Lord. Well, I thank Coach Harbaugh. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD. We got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These guys right here. These guys right here, man.
Okay.
These guys did it. These guys did it, man.
Enough.
Wow.
Thank you, Coach.
Somebody just took the crown from Caleb Williams.
No.
For real.
No. Nice. Dude, it was worse. Because when they interviewed him, she was like, "Oh, you're getting emotional." I'm like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I think
she looked at him.
You can hear that difference in tone in her voice.
She looked at him. No, before he didn't play that part. She looked up and goes, "Oh, you're getting emotional," and then he played it. But I'm like, "What are we doing?" I'm like, "Here, you know what? Here's the thing I have with sports and religion, right? Real quick. The winning team thanks God like he loves you more than he loved the other team. That's not accurate, right? And in most cases in life, nobody gives you anything. You get opportunities. So you can thank somebody for your opportunity, but don't underestimate the work you put into something that you do. And I'm never going to cry about something that I spent my whole life in hopes that I get to a certain situation and get there.
But why does Michigan continue to act like Jim Harbaugh died? They did this for his first suspension too, where they were like, "This is
crying.
But they were like they had T-shirts for him. Like I was like, dude.
Well, the T-shirt thing is the finger at everybody else. I get that. I'm not worried about that. But you're crying, dude. Do you realize? In less than 24 hours, Jim Harbaugh could be back?
He could be.
Right. So, like, you think Jim says something to him? Because Jim, he's tough, right?
That's not tough. That's
not enough to cry. Right? You got any kids? Cry for your kids. Right? We ain't crying for football. Right? Did you get so stepped on? Did somebody kick you in the nether regions? No crying.
That's our show for today, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow. They already know who they're going to go with. That dude.
What the fuck?
What's up with your boy?
Loose goose floozy.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.